love the movie in a whole.
I have some hope for Beverly Hills Cop 4 just because that
I've had it for too
franchise sequel is a little bit better than Coming to America does.
I agree. I'm
Can
with
you
you
guys
on
put
that.
me backstage?
I don't know. We don't have the power.
Ooh, he's gonna go get some.
I think
Yep.
Sturdy walked away.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna mute my mic. I sent the message. Just let them know. Put me backstage. I'll just text in as you guys are talking and shit.
Okay, we can't hear anybody else.
No, I know it's fine though, but I'm gonna be talking and stuff like that, so I don't want you guys getting annoyed.
Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
You
We'll let them
already
know.
did, so
I'll shut up. I was just fucking with you.
no, you wasn't.
Oh God.
Can't touch this. Can't touch it. Sorry.
Well, now I'm getting annoyed.
Yeah.
Ah,
Good. Now I'm getting annoyed.
Sturtle bird.
No, I figured while I'm listening to you guys, I'm gonna get my motivational Monday stream done. I got a friend on Fortnite right now, so I figured I'll just
Sweet.
play a little bit, let the motivational video play. So if you want to pop that up, that's cool. I'll be listening and I'll hop in and unmute my mic whenever I hear something. Does that sound cool then?
Nope.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
awful.
Wait, is he still talking to us?
I don't know.
Ho-ho! There's these Puerto Ricans and their words.
It's the first time I turn it on, so we'll see. Puerto Ricans and these words. How are you talking about?
He wasn't gone very long.
Oh, I said when he puts me backstage, I'll just text in.
I know. We're
But
fucking
I
with
said
you.
I'll unmute to comment whenever you guys say something stupid.
Why do you keep saying Papa Chulo?
It's Papi Chulo, not Papa Chulo.
Hey, listen, I can't understand all of these words.
Right now in your
You're so silly.
I know.
Right.
Keep talking.
Y'all
Just go for it now. We'll listen to you.
It's Motivational Monday. What's that? What'd you say, Nick?
I'm nothing. I'm saying go for it. Do your
I
thing.
know, I'm just messing with you.
You fucker. I was going on Twitch anyway to see you there so I could pop it up.
Say what? I'm sorry? How's it going on
I
Twitch?
was
What?
going to see your stream. So
The streams have been going pretty good. I'm picking and choosing certain like moments and opportunities to do certain things. I don't care where we go safely. I haven't played this at all, so.
Yep, there he is. Pulling it up. Pulling up your Twitch. Here.
Nice.
Just 1 second. Content is intended for. Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Sturdy kicked me.
No, he's going back. I'm not bouncing a little bit anyway.
All right, Penny, where you at?
Finally got my work shit fixed.
Yeah, girl.
I'm gonna like this. Oh no, I am already following you. I'm gonna like this video. I don't know where. You have 5 more subs. You only have 10 subs? Wait, do I sub? I guess I do now.
Excuse me.
I have no idea how this shit works.
Twitch?
Yeah, I'm over it. Oh, there's the reacts. Love it. Oh, did you put him in the background?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm watching in the other one. I liked it. It's and actually might be one you could probably watch with your daughter and have some fun with. It's a very female powered movie. It was fun. The third act was a little choppy. I wish they kind of tightened it up a little bit, but overall, like, I mean, I'd watch it again.
Okay. Kind of looking forward to checking that one out.
I think you'll like it a lot.
there's no
And I say
straight
that with your
mechanic?
daughters because, like, the main character in it's a teenage girl who is just like trying to figure out life and shit, and everything going on. So if she likes horror movies, I mean,
Yes, she does.
sweet.
Very,
Old back?
There you
Old
go.
is back.
I figured being her dad.
very upset about the Scream 7 news.
All right, gents, I'm bouncing. I may be back on later. About to watch some
Alright.
TV with my wife.
It's fine. I
I'll
was
be
just
back.
gonna edit and watch that and
What up,
chill.
what up,
What are you
what
doing,
up?
Jason?
Work. I should probably jump off and. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I see how it is. Bye.
No, my shit's working finally.
About to start my motivational.
Oh man.
Vic really just bounced. Alright, guys, I'll talk to you guys a little.
We're about to start this motivational video. I hope everybody's doing well over there on Kick as well. Que beleza! What's up? What's up? I forgot to pull up this here, so boom. Got this here for you guys. I got this here for me, guys, and then you guys.
Your life in your body is your mind. That's why the enemy fights you in your mind. The devil doesn't have to tie you up for you to be bound. He just has to tie up your head. With stress, with worry, with aggravation, with low self-esteem, with pettiness, with anger, with hostility, with rebellion. And he can make you physically sick because your mind is sick. Lay your hands on your head and say, give me a new mind. Give me a new mind means give me a new perspective. Give me a new perspective. Give me a new way of looking at my situation. Give me a new way of looking at my circumstances. Get my mind ready for this year, because when I get this year, there's going to be blessings. There's going to be miracles. There's going to be opportunities. Oh yes, it's going to be some struggles. It's going to be some challenges. It's going to be some tests. But even the struggles are an opportunity for me to show off the victory if my mind can handle the change.
If you can take it, you can make it. You can take it, you can make it. Alright, you train, you fight. Way harder than those other guys, and you win. You get out from under. You can take it. You can make it.
What up, Chaos?
You can do this. Just gotta believe you can.
There's some things I'm not taking with me in the new year. Everything that's inflexible and everything that's not ready and everything that's backwards and everything that's negative and everything that's condescending and everything that's carnal and everything that's holding me back, I refuse to take it over into another year and waste another new year with an old mind. Don't shape yourself around the comings and goings of this world. Don't shape your opinions and your attitudes around circumstances that you cannot change. If you go into another year and waste another year with the old mentality while somebody's in the hospital begging God for the opportunity that you have right now, you gotta step into this moment. As soon as you decide to stop looking for answers in other people and miracles somewhere down the yellow brick road and click the heels of your mind, you could have been free years ago. You can get your mind out. You can get your money out. You can get your family out. You can get your job out. You can get your career out. You can get your health out. You can get your prosperity out. If you can get your mind out, no devil in hell, no weapon formed against you, no enemy that hates you, no witch that hexes you can stop you from being free. If you can get your mind out, grab yourself by the hand and say, we're coming out of there. Tell them I'm coming out head first.
Oh God, Storm! Storm! Ah, no, we gotta go. It's got like this little bounce to them. It's like a.
I chose Wix
It's
for
almost like they
my
took
business because of
gravity
its
out of it.
massive scope for functionality and freedom of creation. being able to integrate and change and develop at my own pace. I offer a range of products and services. To manage it all from one place is essential. It gave me time back in my day to get going on actual projects. It really just made everything feel more achievable.
Did he just fucking heal up, that motherfucker?
I will not face a giant without you. I will not make a major decision without prayer. I will not bring somebody into my life just because they please me. I'll submit myself, my destiny, my future over to you. You are my foundation. You are my rock. You are my fortress. You are my strength. You are my defense. Without you, I can do nothing. You are the substratum of every dream I have ever dreamed in my life, and I will take no promotion you don't want me to have, and I will accept no friend you don't want me to have. You're my rock. You owe him a level of commitment. You owe him a level of commitment. It's wrong for you to think that you're going to give an offering and God's going to bless a business you ain't committed to. Bless a marriage you ain't committed to. Bless you in school and you won't study. Bless you as a saint of God and you won't walk like a saint of God. Who do you think God is? Somebody playing in Vegas? God is not hitting a slot machine. God is a guaranteed, definite I am, the mighty God, a sure blessing. He told Abraham, I swear I'm going to bless you. Ain't no chance, ain't no doubt, ain't no joke about it. If I told you I was going to bless you, I will open up the windows of heaven and then wonder why I thought I'd be further than I am today. Let me tell you why you are not further. It is not the devil, it is not wishes, it is not demons, and it's sure God ain't haters. You are not any further than where you are right now because you have never thrown your whole self at anything in your life. You take a half-committed man and a half-committed trifling woman and put them together and they'll have some half-committed trifling kids and the whole house will be half-committed because children will be what they see. Stop fussing at your kids. They're a reflection of you. Your second commitment is to family, and it's a very important commitment. Through the storm and the rain and the heartache and the pain and the disappointment, you have to believe in the we and the us and not the me and the you. Or you're not gonna make it. It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. You gotta come home when you're in love, and you gotta come home when you're not in love. Or you're not gonna make it. And stay there till the love comes back. It's a commitment. Y'all don't want to hear real truth. You want to hear fairy tale Hollywood shake and bake stuff, but in reality, it's a commitment. Commitment to your dream. You cannot get people to believe in your dream until you believe in it yourself. Stop asking people to invest in things where you have no investment. Stop asking people to deliver something to you where you're not willing to go to the wire for yourself.
Who done played that sound blurb, the last one? Was that you, Penny? Oh, shit. Appreciate y'all.
If you don't learn to give like you learn to get, every area that there is not reciprocity, it will die. Reciprocity. What do you give back for what you get? If you're not committed, you're not going to make it. Even the ones with the personalities you don't like. You have to be committed. Through the storm and the rain and the heartache and the pain and the disappointment, you have to believe in the we and the us and not the me and the you. Or you're not gonna make it. It's a commitment. It's not a feeling.
Same. That was my first
Until you have had the taste of finishing, you will not respect until you follow through, until something is done, come hell or high water. Tears and struggles and pain, and you go through it anyway, and you show up and you continue to fight on no matter the circumstances. After a while, something begins to wither inside of you. Anytime you need something that you can't give to yourself, you're at the mercy of somebody else, and when they don't come through, you got pain. And what you become is the consequences of what you didn't get.
Bro, these niggas is coming for me, bro. They coming for me.
It's an urge. It's an urge. Truth be told, every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit.
Somebody on me. Oh shit. Oh
Don't
shit.
you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much. But don't you quit. Don't you quit. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. As weak as you are, as tired as you are, as many mistakes as you made, you do make a difference. There is something they would lose if you were not there. There was something that they would miss if you were not there. You do make a difference.
Oh, I didn't see it up there. All right.
It is not the movement of the clock
I didn't see it. I was like, where the
that
fuck?
produces the newness of life. It is the movement in your mind.
Finish your application. Oh shit, it let me move and still do
You're
it.
gonna hear all kinds of things said about you. Throw it behind you.
He said, "Bitch."
The enemies that you see today, you will see them no more. No weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. Every tongue that rises against you, God will condemn.
What up, Shades? I'm good, girl.
This is my time. Truth of the matter is, everybody in here is going through a change. You don't have to be ashamed of yours. We are all in the process of transforming to a higher, better expression of myself. Let this be the year that I birth a higher, better expression of myself. Don't let the habits of my past stop me from this metamorphosis. New year, new me. New year, new me. What separates us is transformation. The possibility of change. The desire to evolve. The passion to get up off the ground and stop eating dirt. I'm tired of doing what I used to do. If I always do what I've always done, I'll always be where I've always been. I'm gonna throw it behind me. There's somebody in this room that nobody would think would be in a church tonight, but you drew them to this place tonight because you want them to be a new me and a new year and have a new attitude and a new mind. Because the real battleground is in your mind. That's where the fight is. You lay down with it. You get up with it. You go to work with it. You can't digest your food because of it. Smiling in front of people and nobody knows that there's gunfire going off in your head. It's not a geographical location. It's not debt. It's not money. It's not haters. It's not enemies. It's not liars. It's not backbiters. That's not the battleground. Stop waiting about you that matters. It is what you say about you that threatens your destiny. You will never be defeated by what they say about you. You will be defeated by what you say about you.
I dedicate this to you, to the greatness in you, and to the dream that you showed up on the planet to produce. And it's simply this. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish or gulch, sickness or pain or body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God you'll get it. You have greatness in you.
What I'm trying to tell you, beloved, is that you can have a new year. But it don't mean jack diddly if you don't have a new mind. I'm telling you that you can buy a new car, but if you put the old man in a new car, you're still gonna have the old experience. I'm telling you that a new house doesn't make a new marriage. I'm talking about a new outfit doesn't make you a new person. And if you think you are magically gonna be a new person, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, because new life comes from a new mind and a new way of looking at your life. I cannot step into the future and still think in my past. I cannot let the rumors and the stain of what they said about me destroy my opportunity. Slap somebody and tell them I gotta kill it tonight. I gotta destroy it tonight. I gotta get rid of it tonight. I gotta throw it behind me tonight. I can't drag that same old mess into another year.
It gave us the option again to just fucking ready up. So
everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what real beasts do.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody gets excited. E.T. the Guru story, but nobody wants to get up at 3 o'clock. Everybody's excited when I say I wake up at 3 o'clock. Eric's a beast, 3 o'clock. And then you
luckily
try
for
it
you,
twice,
I love butt
and,
cheeks.
Like for real, you walk out of here pumped up, fired up, you get some new information, you're ready. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. And what you have to understand is, everybody that you're gonna hear from, Eric Thomas, my mother got pregnant when she was 17 years old, high school dropout, ate out of trash cans, lived in abandoned buildings, slept in cars, multi-million company that's changing the world. I didn't say America, the world. Why? Because not only do I want to be a beast, if you follow my 24 hours, I do what beasts do.
I don't want to motivate you. I don't want to just inspire you. I want to empower you.
That
So we've been
explains one
talking
or two
about
things.
what do beasts do? I don't want to just look like a beast. I don't want to talk like a beast. I don't want to have beast paraphernalia. I want to be a beast. I want to be in beast mode. I want to do what beasts do. And so I told him yesterday was the weirdest thing. I was reading a story about the lion and gazelle, just like you. I was reading a study. I was reading and I was studying. I would read it over again. I would study. I was examining. I would pull back and I would digest the story. I'm going over the story over and over and over and over. And I'm looking for that thing. I'm looking what makes a lion a lion. I'm looking because if I can find out what makes a lion, I can help you turn that switch on. Because we all have it. That switch is in all of us. It's in a high school dropout. That switch is in someone who was homeless and ate out of trash. That switch exists in all of us. And I knew if I could turn the switch on, and if I could teach you how to turn that switch on. And so I'm reading the story, and I'm asking myself, okay, Eric, what are the similarities? And the similarities are every single day in Africa. Woo, I love it. Every single day in Africa, I love it. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference if you're a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, I love it. If you're a gazelle, you wake up with this notion that I must outrun the lion if I'm going to survive. Listen to me. I don't know what your business is. I don't know what you're trying to do personally, but there's something you're going to have to outrun. Every single day when you wake up, something you're going to have to run. For some of you, it's alcohol. For some of you, it's other substances. For some of you, it's depression. For some of you, it's your past. For some of you, it's procrastination. For some of you, your inability to stick with something, to start and finish. For some of you, you can't execute. I don't know what it is, but every single day, like that gazelle, you're going to wake up and boom, you're going to have to run from something. There's something you're going to have to get away from to survive. And that's all the gazelle is doing. He's running from the lion because he's trying to survive. But what's weird is that even though the lion is considered to be one of the most ferocious animals, one of the most dangerous animals, one of the kings of the kingdom, that when the sun comes up in Africa, that the lion has to do something too. Even though he's great, the gazelle's not going to come and just let him eat him up. He's going to have to chase that gazelle down. He's going to have to kill that gazelle. And so when I read it, that's the similarity. That if it doesn't make a difference if you're a gazelle, it doesn't make a difference if you're a lion. If you're at the top of the game, you still got to work. If you're at the top of your game, you still have to grow. If you're at the top of your game, what I know about you, if you're at the top of your game, there's still room for improvement. You can still get bigger. You can still get better. You can still be bolder. If you are still alive, there's still room for growth. There's still room to grow and be better. And so it says it doesn't make a difference in the safari. In Africa, it does not make a difference when the sun comes up. Boom! You better get to running. And so I studied. I said, what's the difference? What's the difference? And I noticed that the gazelle is running. And I asked myself, what's the difference? And I got it. The gazelle is running. The gazelle is afraid. The gazelle understands that if it does not stop running, or if it stops running, it's going to die. But I watched it long enough, and I saw the gazelle stop, and I said, ooh, I get it. It's not being chased. It's not being pushed. It's not being prodded. Some of us in this room, if we don't have a reward, you're not self-motivated. You're not self-regulated. You don't have that thing inside of you that pushes you. That alarm clock still has to get you up. Why? Because your passion is not waking you up. Your passion is not getting you up. And so I saw it. I said, ooh, the lion does not need to be pushed. The lion does not need anything external. That thing that it needs is inside. And so every single day, the lion wakes up and he runs and chases the gazelle. Why? Because he realizes that if he is to survive, if his kids are to survive, he must eat. And so you got to do me a huge favor. You got to get to the point where you don't need a car anymore. You don't need a house anymore. You don't need to be pushed by anybody anymore. Your dreams, your wives are going to push you. Your spouse is going to push you. Your child is going to push you. The need to get better is going to push you. Because you're closer than you're ever going to be, it's going to push you. You don't need anything to push you. Your goals are going to push you. Your dreams are going to push you. The opportunity of a lifetime that happens in this particular time frame is going to push you. It's going to drive you. It's going to make you better. So do me a favor as I leave. You can't be average anymore. 70%. You can't do it. You can't do it and have what you want. You can't give me 70 and be what you want. You can't give me 70 and do what you want. You can't be average anymore. You can't be good anymore. 80%. You can't be good anymore. 80% and have what you want. You can't be good at something and have everything you dreamed of. To make your dreams become real. To no longer dream them, but walk in them. You can't. 90%. You can be good. You can be good. You can be great. But you still won't get it all. I'm telling you. But when you become phenomenal, there's nothing you can't have, nothing you can't do, nothing you can't be. And I believe that you're in this room right now. I believe that we're in the same space right now. I believe we're all in this place together. Listen to me. I believe that we're all in this place together because all of us All of us hate average. None of us want to be good. And for those of us who reach greatness, we have a desire to push past greatness and see what phenomenal looks like. So I need everybody in the room, when you think about your goal and you think about your dream, I need you to understand, as I said to my wife in that hospital room, I can, I will, I must. I need everybody to say it with me. I can, I will, I must. Come on. I can, I will, I must. Again, I can, I will, I must. Now for those of you, you want it all. Every single dream, every single goal. As I said, for those of you who really want it, you're going to say it, and you're going to stand, and you're going to say it like you mean it. I can, I will, I must. Come on. I can, I will, I must. Come on. I can, I will, I must. Now say it like you mean it. I can, I will,
It's all
I
good.
must.
I pick it
Again,
up, it
I
should be a little bit
can,
better.
I
Sorry.
will, I must. Again, I
Motivation
can,
is all about
I will,
motivation
I
out
must.
here.
Now I need you to think about that loved one, that individual that you have to do this for.
You guys
I
don't
need you
have
to say it
my
with
chat
me.
today
I
because
can, I will, I must. Come on, for that individual, I can, I will, I must. For that person, I can, I will, I must. For that thing you want to accomplish, I can, I will, I must. Again, I can, I will, I must. Now I want you to think about that hurdle. I want you to think about that thing that keeps pressing you down. I want you to think about that mountain that's outside. I want you to think about that thing that you just can't seem to get over. We're going to get over it today. We're going to get over it. We're going to get over it together. I can, I will, I must. We're going to add to it. I can get over it. I will get over it. I must get over it. Ready? I can get over it. I will get over it. I must. Come on, come on. I can get over it. I will get over it. I must get over it.
Started hitting the directional buttons and it started going bing,
You
bing,
just
bing, bing. So
want
it's
to-
on. It's just not giving me
to
videos,
step
so I
out
gotta
of it.
figure out
Step
why.
out of
There's
it.
There's a main
The
reset on
whole
these TVs. I
race,
just
the
gotta
whole
figure out where
business,
it is to
the monstrosity of being alive overwhelms you.
If you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you have post-traumatic stress disorder, if you have any kind of mental health condition, this is not something to ignore.
Depression, frustration, anxiety, pain, disillusion. It's just a natural part of the process of becoming a stronger version of yourself.
Thing that keeps one living is a sense of future. That there will be a tomorrow, and tomorrow I've got to do this, and then the day after I've got to do that.
Get started. And I'm going to tell you right now, it won't be easy.
flexing.
It will be hard because life is hard. That's what life is.
Why did it die so easily?
With
Yo,
depression,
anybody notice that
one of the
Emma's
most
still a
important
bitch
things
right
you
now?
could realize is that you're not alone.
I've been places and someone has said, well, you lost an arm and a leg, so you had a right to be depressed, and I stopped you. I was like, depression is real.
No matter what you're going through right now doesn't mean that it's not going to end. I think too often we think about the stresses that we're dealt with right now, and we think that there's no light at the end of the
That
tunnel.
nigga ran me over, bro.
All that you can see is darkness, and everything that you try to do just kicks you right back in the face, and you just can't seem to get yourself out.
You don't even have to go through something traumatic. Some are caused by, something traumatic. Some can be a chemical imbalance in the brain.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. Life is hard. Life is challenging. There are ups and downs.
I died. I'm a
These
corner,
challenges,
bro.
challenges that you
Oh, she's
face,
down. She's almost done. 22.
they're gonna do their best to take you down. Do not
Come on,
let
Batman,
them.
save us.
Of course you have to work. Of course you have to show up. Your team needs
Avenge
you.
us,
Life
Avenger,
needs you.
or
Your family needs
Justice
you.
Guy.
Life is for the living.
Depression is not only normal, it's essential, and be grateful for it because it allows you to reorder yourself at a higher level.
I speak what's on my heart. And I gave my speech, and as I was closing, I kind of mentioned some depression. Because I was coming out of the winter months, and it hit me again this past winter, and I went and saw the doctor, and so it was on my mind, and it came up. And as I was saying, I thought, this generation of people probably aren't connecting to what I'm saying. When I walked off the stage, and they lined up, the amount of people that thanked me They're talking about mental health. And here I was, I thought they didn't want to hear. I thought I was stepping out of line. No, it needs to be talked about because it's not just this generation. It's people are realizing more and more that it's an issue. And the more we talk about it, the easier it is for people to be honest with themselves and get the help they need.
Somebody on my stream just said I was
Line up those problems and confront them. Face them. Fight them. Do not let them bring you down.
Do not personally identify with your depression. See it as you see winter, and winter always leads to spring and summer again. See it as you see nighttime. Nighttime becomes daytime again.
Did anybody do
Hold
the
on,
ceasefire
that
shit?
fundamental quality.
Everybody go and enjoy the OG map for the last
the other
time?
side
I was
of your
like, this is
pain
stupid. This is the
is
dumbest shit I've
something
ever seen. When I saw the post,
Suicide is a
and
permanent
spreading it,
solution to a
I
temporary
spread it too,
problem.
don't get me wrong.
No matter
I
what you're
spread it
going
like,
through
what
right
the
now doesn't mean that it's not going to end.
Stand up. Dig in. Let those challenges raise you up. Let them elevate you. Let their demands and their trials make you stronger. Adversity you face today turn you into a better person tomorrow.
You are worth more than diamonds.
Put on a show for the people out here.
All the diamonds in the world, you are so precious. Every single one of your hearts, you can do something. Life is not always good. Life is always not rosy. But life is worth living.
There's one thing that if you did every single day, it would make an extraordinary difference in whatever mental health issue you're struggling with, and that is exercise. And the reason you've got to exercise every day is because what we know about human beings is that when you physically move, your physiology changes, and that changes your brain.
Take the time to rest. Because just what if that resting is the key to world-class producing?
Get outside and exercise every single day as if your life depends upon it, because you know what? It does. Your brain needs it, your body needs it, your mental health needs it.
And I feel like if you had heart problems and saw a cardiologist, well, everyone would be concerned about you, would know you're doing better, and it would be open and honest with the crew. But the most complicated organ in your body, if you have a problem with this, suddenly we don't want to talk about that? No, and you can get over it. And that's what people need to realize. You can be cured. You can get past it.
I assure you, the clouds will lift. Right there is sunlight above the clouds. You're just looking at the clouds right now. And they will lift, and crisis has come to teach you the big lesson you're meant to learn to move to your next level in the next chapter of your greatest life.
This depression will pass. It will go away, and something much better will take its place. But for right now, all that you really need to know is that you have to make it through.
Getting your heart rate up, getting outside, breathing, feeling connected, getting out of your house, which may make you feel depressed and trapped.
The man I am with you right now as I speak with as much authenticity as I know how to share is the result of my times in the valley of darkness.
Doing that every day, that physical push. You don't have to run. You don't have to go to an aerobics class. Get outside with your dog in the woods. Walk with a good friend for 2 or 3 miles. Doing that every single day not only moves your body, which changes your mind, it gets you out of your physical environment, which is one of the things that people with depression tend to have a hard time doing. And it also creates a bit of momentum and a bit of a routine in your life.
Every time I experience a bout of depression, I come out on the other end a different person, doing different things.
How old are you,
But it's
Bailey?
because I'm aware of what's happening and I'm looking, I'm aware. I want to see the opportunities as they present themselves to me instead of falling into the depths of a spiral down depression because I'm personally identified with what is happening when I'm upset.
Shoot, Penny,
And your schedule is not full, and you actually feel like you're wasting your life
We got you, Penny. We got you.
because you're not this epic producer. What if those times were actually a different form of productivity? What
Well,
if
that's
those
the last
times
time we put our faith in
actually
you.
being productive in a different way, where you're
Last
actually
time we think you're
producing
gonna
not in
bring
the
us
world,
back.
but producing within yourself. Producing strength, producing new insights, producing new ideas, producing new capabilities, producing new energies, producing new emotions, shifting from fear to love. Because when you go through difficult times, what do you really do if you feel your fear and your pain? You release it. It's out of your system. And you grow in love and bravery and strength. What does that do to your craft? What does that do to your power? What does that do to your bravery? What does that do to the light that you bring into the world? You become this incredible force that is undefeatable.
I suggest to you that if you are facing a challenge, don't stop. Stay busy. Work your plan. Continue to do those things that you know that work for you after you have evaluated yourself from the situation. Continue to move. Stay busy, stay busy, stay busy.
You are part of a larger cosmos, whether you know it or not.
It's a
And
long trip for
communing
some
with
matas and
nature
pasteles, 'cause
allows
first of
you
all, I don't
not
even
to
eat
see the
pasteles.
bars of the prison cell, but the stars
I'll
of
do
the
the mud
universe.
though, you know what I'm saying? We
And
can
if
crack
you can
a couple
connect with
mud though, you know
those
what I'm
every
saying?
day, my dear friend, you will use your pain as an instrument for your greatest
Yeah,
growth.
alright, I'm in.
Then you
Little
try something
cinnamon,
new.
little chocolate.
And then you'll also go to school and people will put you down and parents will tell you that you're a failure because you failed at a test. And you start believing the lies around
I'll make a third
saying that you're not good enough and no one's gonna
Make a
want you and you'll
big-ass
never ever
breakfast.
do anything good in your life and you'll never ever, achieve the dreams and goals that you wish you had done or wish that you could do. And these steps take you closer.
This shit is
That
very
voice saying,
motivational, what I'm smoking
"You're
right
not
now.
good
Let me
enough.
tell you,
You're
this
not
shit
good
is
enough.
very
You're not good
motivational
enough.
on
And
this
all you need
Monday.
is one more step to fall. So you have a choice to know which step you're gonna take today.
I don't know. You got bad luck choosing places. Every time we go there, we die.
What will sometimes haunt my dreams still is just like a general feeling of morose
He
anxiety.
said we didn't die there. We died
Everyone
looting and then leaving.
experiences a version of anxiety or worry in their lives.
I don't know why I opened up and talked about it, but I guess I was just sick and tired of just having it inside of me for 20 plus years, and I was ready to make a change.
What helped me the most, that I want to impress upon all of you, is that I realize that part of my identity is saying no to things I don't want to do. And you are all in school and you all have a lot of teachers and a lot of people around you that tell you all day what you have to do, but it is your right to choose what you do and don't do. It is your right to choose what you believe in and what you don't believe in. It is your right to curate your life and your own perspective.
We all go through things. We all go through struggles, right? There's probably everybody in this room that goes through struggles the same exact way, and I think that's what we all have to realize. It's just something that every single person goes through.
And maybe we go through it in a different or more intense way for longer periods of time, but it's not, there's nothing wrong with you
I
to
got
be
a
a
guy over
sensitive
here
person that cares a
trying to
lot,
fucking, like,
that takes things in a
They
deep
got no
way, is
guns that land
actually
on the same
part
maroon
of
bed
what makes you
mountain I'm on.
amazing. I also struggled a lot with anxiety and depression. If you start to feel like you are twisting things around you and you start to feel like there is no sunlight around you and you are paralyzed with fear, here's how you can help yourself. First, you have to understand what anxiety is, and you have to understand the connection between worry, which is something we all do, and self-doubt, which is something we all do, and anxiety. Anxiety is what happens when your habit of worrying spirals out of control. It's important for you to foundationally understand that anxiety and worry are the same thing. It's just that your body starts to get agitated, and that's when we call worrying anxiety. Your heart races. You might sweat a little bit. You might feel tightening in your chest. You might feel a pit in your stomach.
Where we going, though?
You have a surge of cortisol. You can actually beat it.
this is how you're going to do it. So all day long, you're going to have moments where your thoughts drift. Like, you'll just be hanging out with your friends, and then suddenly you're like, I'm not sure that person likes me anymore. I haven't heard from my kids lately. I wonder if they're dead, or, is my check. Like, you just start worrying about stuff. Why? Because it's a habit.
Oh, I thought we were going.
Because when you're not paying attention, your brain shifts from you being a decision maker and paying attention to you just kind of spinning things on autopilot, and one of your habits is worrying. The second you wake up and you notice, holy cow, I'm talking some negative garbage to myself right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yay.
You've just shifted the part of the brain. You've shifted from the basal ganglia, which is where your habit loops are spinning, and you've awakened your prefrontal cortex. You've also interrupted that pattern. Now what you're going to do, because your mind is actually ready to receive a different thought because of the counting, now you can put in an anchor thought. Like, if you have a mantra, if you've got a vision about the way that your business is going to turn out in 5 years, if you just have a thought that makes you really happy and proud, insert that. Now, why does this work? It works because of the counting. And I'm not kidding. We know, based on research, that positive thinking alone, not effective. In some instances, trying to force yourself to think positive can actually make the worries worse. Why? Well, the reason why is because it's really hard to just change the channel.
We got this,
What we have to do first is basically interrupt it and turn off the TV, and then turn it back on with the prefrontal cortex awakened. So the counting is essential. And so you can start using this today.
And the problem that I have with anxiety is the physiological side of it. I got shallow breathing, rapid heart rate, and most terrifyingly, the blood is actually leaving the prefrontal cortex. And so you're getting into a position where your higher level cognition is actually being shut down because it doesn't have blood flow.
Nice.
And then I began to visualize that what I was trying to do was get myself into a calm state where the blood could actually go back to the places that I needed it, so that my higher level ability to reason would kick back in. The first thing that I started to do to be able to consciously control that was meditate. In meditating, what you're learning to do, at least for me, and I don't consider myself a meditation expert by any means, but this was one of the huge wins for me in meditating, was learning to breathe from my diaphragm. Even one breath from my diaphragm had a really big impact. Breathing from your diaphragm instead of from your chest, right? So most people breathe like this, and it's all in your upper chest. You're not getting a very deep breath. So in meditating and learning to breathe from your diaphragm, and learning to consciously calm yourself down, meaning you're lowering your heart rate, you're breathing much more deeply from the diaphragm, getting the blood reallocated to the parts of the brain that are actually useful.
There we go.
That meditating was my first step into that.
Yeah. You don't have no med kits or nothing, motherfucker.
When there are really hard times, there are so many tools that you can use to help yourself in those times, and it does get better and easier as life goes on, and you start to get to know yourself more, and what will trigger certain instances of anxiety, and where you feel comfortable and safe. So I would just say, don't ever feel like you're a weirdo for it, because we're all weirdos.
I didn't realize there was a second guy right there, man.
In 1973, a young man wrote a letter to American author E.B. White. The young man was losing his faith in humanity.
Me and Penny got the same idea.
And this is the reply he received from White. Hope is the thing that is left to us in a bad time.
Run!
I shall get up Sunday morning and wind
There was a
call.
med kit right there. You were gonna need that.
E.B. White wrote those beautiful words in response to fears surrounding our future. As long as there is hope, get up and wind the clock.
Why am I being promoted to party leader?
At times it doesn't matter the view, does it? You may be looking in the mirror at your own life. You may be looking out the window at what's happening around you. The future becomes bleak. Days full of fear.
I'll be right
It's
back.
when darkness forms, clouds roll in, and life gets heavy.
Part of me got a pee-pee.
Sometimes we
Part of me
feel
don't
it
want to leave. We got
together.
150. That's gonna be like
Sometimes
10
we
seconds,
feel it
15 seconds.
alone.
Once it gets shot on.
Those times surrounded by sadness. And in those moments, what are we to do?
I'm a good boy. I'll wait.
For there is but one sensible response, isn't there? We wake up, and we make tomorrow better than today. We get up, we rise, we wind the clock, and we're to do it with our heads held high so that we can be the first ones to see the sun as it starts to poke through.
You know, if you're down and you can see a reason why you should be down, then that brings with it a certain clarity. But if there's no reason, you tend to think, well, why on earth am I feeling like this? I don't understand.
If you're like me, you're feeling it lately. We're in a moment.
Anything you focus your mind on, you can change. You don't like the way your life is going, you're the only one who can change it. You don't have to be an alcoholic. You don't have to be a failure. You don't have to be anything you don't want to be if you ever decide to change your mind.
And I wonder how many people today are watching this message right now, and you're trying to do it like someone else, you're trying to be just like somebody else, you're just a copycat, and you're wondering, how come I feel stuck? How come I can't move forward? I got a feeling, why don't you shed off that other person's armor, and why don't you walk it out the way God called you to walk it out?
I have learned that every blessing doesn't come to stay. Every relationship wasn't meant to last. Every friend is not going to be a lifelong friend. God will send people in your life for a season because you needed that at that time in your life. And if they walk away, don't stand there at the tomb of what used to be and cry over what was, because if you'd have needed them for the future, they would have stayed. Either you take on the shape of your environment or you resist it and transform by the renewing of your mind. Everything you've ever changed about your life started in your head. It started in your head. It started in your mind. It started with a decision. It all starts in your mind.
If you've witnessed failure all your life, you're either going to decide to break the cycle, or without you being conscious of it, you're a part of the cycle. You have become a duplicate of your mother and your father. You have become a duplicate of everything and everybody that you grew up around. Because why? That is your point of reference. That is the blueprint. You have become your mother and father without you knowing. Here's a little secret. I don't drink and I don't smoke. I don't do any type of drugs, ever. Because my life as a kid was consumed in all forms of alcohol and drug abuse. It completely turned me off. I decided I don't want to be like my mama or my daddy. People in my family, my boys, my homegirls, my surrounding, I want nothing to do with it. It was a conscious decision. I could have easily became a duplicate.
And what you believe about what you can be, and what you believe about what you have inside of you, and what you believe about what God called you to do, and what you believe about what you're going through, that's what I'm talking about. The currency of confidence.
Sometimes it takes you a minute to process what to do when right goes wrong. You're not ready for a new relationship because you can't figure out what happened in the old relationship because you said, I gave my very best and it went wrong, and so I have lost confidence in my best. Because you left me with the notion that maybe my best isn't good enough. So I'm not sure that anybody will ever see my best again. Because I did it from my heart. I did it from my heart. And now I know what young people do not know. Is that right can go wrong.
When you're an eagle, you're meant to rise up. We don't rise up when everything's going well. We rise up regardless. You're trained to rise up on your worst day. That's who you are. In the worst of circumstances. No place for whining, complaining, being anxious, being negative. It's totally unnecessary.
But when you borrow confidence from the wrong places, the interest rate is ridiculous. I'm talking about when you get in a relationship where you have to compromise your values to get your needs met. Y'all, that's worse than the check cash in place. It's an interest rate. And let me tell you another thing. While I got you fired up about all the people that you kept going to because you wanted them to validate you, but they can't because they're not God. They didn't make you. They don't know you like that. And they have their own insecurities. So leave them alone and get it from God. You keep trying to borrow confidence from people who have insufficient funds. They can't do it. They can't.
As a man, my father was married to my mother for 30 years. I'll find myself looking for someone that reminds me of my mother, because that would be my point of reference. I will find myself trying to do all the things that I witnessed my father do as a husband. That's my point of reference. If my father is successful, he's an entrepreneur, he's constantly grinding, starting up new companies, negotiating, and I see him inspired and motivated all the time about life and career and trying to educate himself and further his way up the success ladder. That will become my blueprint and my point of reference for success. And I'll find myself wanting nothing more than to be a duplicate of my father, because that is my successful point of reference. Have you became a duplicate of your mother? Have you became a duplicate of your father? Have you became a duplicate of your parents, of your environment? See, I believe that we were all born individuals. God made me an individual. My head is not connected to anybody else. I am my own.
Felt good.
God made me
nice.
individually
Ran
me,
up in there just shooting people.
so I can do and
Watch
be
yourself,
and
watch
become
yourself.
anything I want. What is your point of reference?
The invisible is often more real than the visible.
Watch, a Christmas
And
Grinch came
sometimes
from
the
the
stuff
left.
that we collect, that we say is real, is less real than the stuff that we neglect because
Damn, that
we
was
can't
a
see.
great end, bro. We ran
I'm
up
talking
in there
about
and started
your state
clearing
of
people
mind.
out.
I'm talking about your relationships with others. I'm talking
y'all
about
hear me?
the way that you process disappointment. Those things. The way that you treat people who can't do anything for you. Those things. You have this visible kingdom world, but there is an invisible kingdom within you that is more important than the kingdom around you.
Set your life on fire and seek those who fan your flames. Don't be hanging with no jank-ass jokers that don't help you shine. The prerequisite for spending time with any person is that they nourish and inspire you. They feed your flame. There's been very few times in my life that I looked left or looked right and didn't find a person who believed and supported me. There's always been a person beside me fanning my flames. Look at your last 5 text messages. Are those people feeding your flames or dousing your fire? The people that you spend time with are gonna make or break your dreams. Everybody don't deserve to be around you. Look to the people around you. Are those people throwing logs on your fire or are they pissing on it? You gotta defend your light with your life.
If you can't detach from yourself, then you can't see yourself. And so, how do you detach from yourself? How do you learn to do that? And a good drill for this is try to imagine the way other people see you and what other people are thinking of you. One place where this happens, and it definitely happened to me, is when I started getting put in charge of things, I started thinking about other people's perspectives. If you're in charge, then what kind of representation are they receiving? And if you work for someone else, it's the same questions. What does the boss see me do? What kind of representation am I making of myself to my boss? So the question becomes, how well do you represent yourself? What shortfalls do you have? Now, when you first start looking, it's like you're looking at an overgrown lawn. And there are some big, obvious problems, so you do a broad, just kind of general cut of the grass. You fix some of the big, easy problems. But once you've done that, once you've gotten rid of some of those big, obvious problems, you notice some more detailed problems. So you start trying to fix them.
Opposites in conflict. That seems to be the setup for a human adventure. One contesting against the other, vying for the territory.
Appreciate
Would
you,
there be
Ellis.
light without
Appreciate
darkness?
you, sir.
We probably wouldn't call it light. What gives us the value of one is the contrast of the other. But darkness is always trying to move in and take all the territory, but if you turn on the light, its energy starts to repel darkness. Darkness begins to move away. And the brighter the light, the further away the darkness must move. If you walk into a dark room and turn on the light, the darkness is what? Gone. But here's the point to remember, not very far. The darkness seems to, yes, it's gone, but it's waiting for its chance. That if light loses its energy, darkness has a chance not to move back in. The better realistic illustrations, and that's health and illness at odds in your body. Illness trying its best to drive health into a small corner and occupy the territory. And health trying what? To push illness into a small corner. There's this contest going on. Who's going to occupy the territory? If one stays strong, the other is diminished. If the other gains in power, then the other is diminished. So what you must learn to do is cooperate with the positive side of everything in your body and your life. Sometimes we sabotage our own best interest. The body needs a banana, you send it a Coca-Cola. And the body says, what is the deal here? I'm health trying to drive illness into a small corner. I ordered a banana, you send me a Coca-Cola.
But yo, that last match was fucking dope at the end. Running in like that on everybody.
Give us a break here. We need every tool we can get to keep illness at bay.
That shit was
dope. If we get weak, I'm telling you, it moves in, takes the territory. So we're in the middle of this contest, and here's what it's called: opposites in conflict.
Dropped like...
Here's one of the bigger
I dropped
conflicts.
5 of those motherfuckers when we started rushing
Liberty
towards
is the
that
absence
square. I
of
was
tyranny.
I was like, alright. Like, don't get kill happy. Just keep moving. Yo, because Jahan said I thought he was coming in, but I guess he sent me an invite to join him, and I guess I accepted it, but it put me in the chat with him. But then I tried coming back to our chat, and it wouldn't let it happen, so then I restarted the game, started back up, and now finally it let me back in. Yeah. Nah, you're good. Oh, yeah. Go. Let me hit him up, see if he wants to. I'm gonna see if Jahan wants to come in.
Even though tyranny is conquered, it's not very far away. The same goes on in your bloodstream. Red corpuscles to nourish like a mother and give life. White corpuscles to fight and kill like a father. White corpuscles say, just show me some infection off.
Why did this fail to send?
If I don't kill it,
what?
What?
Later. Let me
It
text
killed you, somebody.
Yo, Jahan, if you watching or listening, bro, come on in.
In this contest, right? good, evil, liberty, tyranny, right? Health, illness, winning and losing. There's the struggle going on. But here's the key. It's the only way, it seems, it's the only way to create a human adventure. It doesn't seem to be in
Jay? How you doing,
currently. Now some speak of a new heaven and a new earth. Maybe the whole arrangement will be different.
I'm not
Could
liking
very
it a
well
little
be,
bit, but
in
I'm
this
liking some
current
of it. You know what I'm
experience,
saying? If that makes sense.
it seems like to create an adventure, to create a unique human scenario, we need opposites in conflict.
Well, no, the
That's
map is
the
fine. So far, the map is fine. And we only
You've
uncovered
always
like
got
2
to draw
spots.
a line somewhere until illness.
The running feels weird. Some of the guns are a little weird.
You've got to throw up the barriers. Draw a line in the center.
Chaos said, tell them ladies it was fun.
Tyranny can only be restrained. We must play this game. We must fight this game. But here's what it creates.
Camera for a second, guys, and I'll be right back. I'm trying
Let
to
me give
ready
you
up,
the
but it just
ultimate.
says watch
Could
on
you
my
win
end
if you
for
couldn't
some-
lose? And the answer is no, it doesn't seem like it. You couldn't call it winning.
Okay, so I'm gonna
win
hit
if
the
you
watch
couldn't
then
lose.
while I go potty
So
and get
that's the
water
deal.
together and figure out
Negative, positive. Would there be negative, positive without negative? No, it doesn't seem like
commentary
it.
from these guys.
It seems like this is the
I would
current
do that.
setup. You know, for the foreseeable future. It looks like it's been that way as long as we can remember and as long as the history
That's it
tells
right
us.
there. I see. That's exactly
So,
what I
here's what-
expected. Nonetheless.
What you want to do if you want the adventure. You must learn to play this game. To work with all the positive forces to defeat the negative forces as early and as soon and as much as possible. To contain the ravages of disease that want to take you early. You got to fight back. You can't just leave it. Somebody says, well, I got my fingers crossed. Not a good philosophy. Jump on the positive side of whatever you want and see if you can't help out in this warfare and this push-shove match. That's the key. Don't neglect a new life if you've started a new life. What if you said to a brand new mother, where is your baby? She says, I have no idea. You would say, no, that isn't right. If you start a new life, you must care for it. You must protect it. You must give it life, give it nourishment. Now here's the part. You must protect it. That's why the old wise man said, we must learn to love and hate. So underline that. You must learn to love and hate. And the illustration he used was, you must learn to love good and hate evil. To deal with the weeds in your garden, you got to hate weeds. You got to hate them enough to what? Kill them. You can't say, well, poor weeds. Say, no, this ain't the deal, poor weeds. Don't go soft on this stuff. You got to hate evil. You got to hate the weeds that are out to destroy your garden. and rob your children of the nourishment they deserve. You've got to take the life of the weeds, or they will take the life of your garden. Somebody's going to get killed.
Okay, fucking
Remember?
Iron Man, the savior of everything.
So, learn the good evil. Now, here's the greatest battle in the mind. Here's what you must not become: a victim of yourself. What is that insidious voice inside your own head that says you're too short, it'll never work for you, you're too tall, right? It's over for you. Right? It's never worked for you before. What gives you any idea that it'll work for you now? You've never been able to rise up and take charge of your life. What makes you think you can do it now? There's going to be too many obstacles out there. You'll never overcome them all. What is that insidious voice? It's the same game going on inside your head that's going on in the world. Liberty and tyranny in a push-shove match. And here's what you've got to do. Cooperate with the positive side of your life and let faith drive out doubt. Right? Let winning drive out losing. Let positive drive out negative. But you got to get into the contest. And why get into the contest? Because that's how you create an adventure. There's no other way. It takes both. You've got to learn to laugh, yes, but that's not what the wise men only said. You can't just learn to laugh and keep on laughing. No, that's silly. It says there's also a time to cry. You've got to learn to both laugh and cry. Then it said you must be so sophisticated as not to laugh when it's time to cry. That now gives you an understanding of what life is all about. Sadness and joy, the contest, the difference. And yet it creates the adventure. It takes both to create an adventure. But here's the adventure: to overcome the evil. To put evil in its place. Just like in your mind, you got to stand guard at the door of your mind and see if you can't suppress, see if you can't do battle with the negative forces. Don't become a victim of yourself. Beware of the thief on the street that's after your purse. But also beware of the thief in your mind that's after your promise. See if you can't engage in this mental contest and win the day.
Work to be done. Making sure that all of the strings are attached. And make no mistake along the way. Now it's true that we all make mistakes. And we will have many setbacks. But there's always room for a comeback. To understand this, you must realize that you must humble yourself, but yet be hungry enough to go after it with everything inside of you. Everything that is required depends on you. Having the mindset that regardless of anything that is around you, that is surrounding you, that is trying to drag you down, you must have the mindset. You must be strong. You must be resilient. You must be driven. And you must be able to take whatever's coming at you. If you stumble, if you fall, have the ability to get up. But you can't depend on just your body to do the work. You must understand that it's the mental fortitude that will get you through it all. So many people don't have this fortitude. They don't have this attitude. They have no faith in themselves.
Wait, we going to lobby?
If you as the individual can take the first step then perhaps many more will follow.
Don't die, baby. Don't die. I'm coming.
There's always going to be ups and downs in life, man. There's always going to be bumps in the road. Things that ain't going to go as planned. Unexpected stuff's going to happen. You're going to face some pain. You're going to face some tough times. And if you ain't trained your mind to be prepared for it and how to handle it, it's going to break you. The secret is to work on your mindset daily. Work on the way that you see the world. Otherwise, you'll live your whole life seeing the world through someone else's eyes. You'll be a creature of circumstance. You'll be a victim of your life and not the master of it. Read books, listen to audios like this one. Start learning about why you do the things that you shouldn't do and why you don't do the things that you should. It's all because of the way that thing between your ears is wired. But know this, you're in control of rewiring it whenever you make the decision to do so. At any moment, you can take control back of your life and start creating a life that you deserve, not a life that someone else has paved out for you. And when all of the struggle comes, all of the bad times, all of the dark times come around, which they inevitably will, you'll be strong enough to take it head on, and it'll make you rather than break you. You have greatness inside you, let me tell you. Unlimited potential. But you have to train your mind. Every single day, things are going to happen outside of your control. The weather, terrorism, coronavirus. But you can't control any of that shit. All you can control is how you choose to look at situations. You can control the information that you're letting in here. Never forget that you can have anything in this life that you want if you're willing to go and get it. You've got to have belief. You've got to have belief, and that belief comes from working on your mindset every single day. Remember this. You can be a victim of your life or the master of it.
Let's go check out Lavish Lair.
Behind the
I
barbed
way that
wire.
Sounds
Who could teach me the
provocative.
etiquette? The etiquette for being misunderstood. I
It sounds
war with
provocative.
uneasiness. Everything average makes me sick. Beyond the reach of crowds, what do? Do
No
to
one
stop
knows
this
what
voice that never ceases. I wrestle with poetic demons. I speak for the lost and all those going through pain. Every word I say,
I wanted to come see what the mansion was like, bro. What the fuck? Why you
your
being
victory.
bro?
A witness to your overcoming. Because I am the voice in the flame.
I got
Inside
killed
the
by a
raging
pistol.
furnace.
He
Where do
threw me
I
off the
find an
fucking building,
apology?
and
An
that's a quote.
apology befitting of my rebelliousness. I fight the fist of that doubt. How many know what it's like? Like to be young, gifted, and crazy. Over the walls of resentment. Why am I so hard for others to accept? Must they slander every corner of my existence? Then let it be as they wish, for I am the voice. Every word, the sound of a comeback, testifying to your victory. I am a witness to your overcoming, because I am burning. I'm the voice in the flame. I mean to know what it's like to be young, gifted, and crazy. I argue with emptiness. You can either sit around and listen to testimonies, or you can become one. Which one you gonna do? Successful people know what they want and why they want it. That's why they are successful. You gotta make a decision. What is it that you want? You can either sit around and listen to testimonies, or you can become one. I am truth in motion. Listen here. Truth is its own gatekeeper. Nothing can stop what truth sets in motion. You gotta stop asking for other people's permission to live your dream. It's not the other people that own you. You own you. Stop begging for what you haven't earned. Time to get up and grind. I strum the divine chord, and my harmony summons the full manifestation of who I am. This is what truth looks like in motion. Young, gifted, and burning. Successful people. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. The common person will do anything to do nothing. They lazy. That's why they sell so many of them lazy boy chairs. You can either sit around and listen to testimonies, or you can become one. What is it that you want? Sculpted by the blade itself. 1,000 knives couldn't kill me. But there in the darkness, underneath her shadows, the warrior discovered himself. Shaped from the hammer of pain, 1,000 betrayals couldn't break me. But there in the storm, at the very center of her chaos, the champion of me got strong. gatekeep. Stop asking the world for permission to live your dream. The less we entertain lower level thinking, the less we will experience its outcomes. You can either sit around and listen to testimonies, or you could become one. For it is written, but be doers of the word and not hearers only. I can see my dream so clearly now that its manifestation is inevitable. Nothing can stop me. My daddy used to tell me, son, if you're gonna make a mistake, then make it full speed. Some people drown, others go out in a blaze of glory. I'm young, rich, and burned. If a desire burns long enough, it'll grow into an obsession. Whatever becomes an obsession will eventually become a reality. Religion talks about truth, but true awareness demonstrates it. Greatness is in the details, shaping the hammer of pain. 1,000 failures couldn't stop me. Carved out with the razors of suffering. 1,000 lies couldn't fool me. For in the moment of trial, beyond the grasp of all hope, I wrote my own story. I dreamed my own dream. I seized the moment. I made the decision to stop asking for permission. But there in the night, above her angry mountains, the seven thunders gave birth to a warrior. Death belongs to the unaware. Those who have awakened know only eternity. I am truth in motion. I strum the divine chord, and my harmony summons the full manifestation of who I am. You can either sit around and listen to testimonies, or you can become one.
My thoughts are disciplined and of the highest order. I usher in God's truth with the power of my mind. All the powers in my life that appear to be now bow to the power that actually is. Any illusions that run contrary to the truth immediately dissolve before my very eyes. I am the source. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. God lives in me. Therefore I am whole, and I bring that wholeness into every situation. I strum the divine chord, and my harmony summons the full manifestation of who I am. Some talk about truth, that's religion, but I demonstrate it, that's power. I am truth in motion, nothing can stop me. It is written, for the kingdom of God is not a matter of talk, but of power. There's no obstacle, no situation, no trial or tribulation that can stop my dream from manifesting. I didn't just think outside the box, I completely destroyed it. I close my eyes and project my dream onto the canvas of the world until everything that I imagine becomes my reality. Circumstances align and conspire to acknowledge truth, and I am truth in motion. Burning. I am the inner symphony of fire. Good is not good enough for me. Greatness made me. Therefore, greatness is in me. There is nothing about my creator, my maker, that is lukewarm, that is average. Anybody who doesn't believe in my dream doesn't belong in my life. Money comes to me easily, frequently, and abundantly in God's perfect way. Lack, sickness, disease, none of them have any place in me. For the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Let us all close our eyes and starve the illusions and feed our dreams. Fresh water shall pour from the fountain of ambition. There we will become our lives. Again we shall rule the days. For by facing our fears, the fears of dying, we shall once again discover living. Darkness, ignorance, savagery, all fall from the tree of confusion. Those asleep roam the orchards of struggle, while the chosen build their empires. Yet who's strong enough to conquer their own thinking? Who's brave enough to war with failure? Fresh water shall pour from the altar of immortality, because we are the priests of destiny. The inner symphony of fire. I strum the divine chord, and my harmony summons the full manifestation of who I am. Religion talks about truth, but true awareness demonstrates it. A fully awakened believer is not subject to external circumstances. He's the master of it. The level of truth that you function at will determine the amount of power that you have over your circumstances. I see not, I believe. I hear not, I believe. I know not, but still I believe. I starve the illusions and feed my dream. I am truth in motion.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the line, getting ready to run today. Life has taught you many things. Without its guidance, you would not be standing here today. It's a shame that most people in this world have dreams that they are not working on because they are afraid. It's a shame. Many people, they waste time. They waste time doubting. They waste time of being afraid of it. They waste time thinking too much about what other people say. It's really a shame. It's a shame that they put down themselves instead of building themselves up. It's a shame. It's a shame that you will let everything around you bring you down to a point to where you can't get up. It's a shame that people look down on you and say that you have had it and that you're over the hill. Tell them this: I've been up the hill many times. My life isn't over yet. Young man, young woman, you have your life to live. You have to breathe that life. How dare you give up on yourself? How dare you give up on your dreams? This is your life. I've been up the hill many times. In fact, I slipped a few times. I didn't even want to get back up because I was too afraid to go up because I felt like the hill was just too steep. But you gotta know, the steeper the climb, the harder the climb. And if it gets tough, you gotta get a little bit tough. So what do? You don't keep sliding down. You find a way to get up and climb up. That's what I had to do. That's what you must do. Ladies and gentlemen, lay on your back. Lay on your back. Laying on your back doesn't mean you have to stay on your back. I have been on my back, and I've laid down, and I have cried many nights, but I wondered how I was going to support my wife and children. I know what it feels like, but I got tired of laying on my back. So I looked up to the heavens, and I opened up my eyes, and I kept repeating to myself, if I can look up, I can get up. For every man and woman that is listening to this, let it be known, if we are down, you do not have to stay down. Failure only comes when we don't get back up. There is nothing good that's going to happen when you're on the ground. But you can always make the choice to get up. Rise up with me. Rise up right now. Come on up off that ground. Understand what it means to be alive. We are not just running for the glory of the race. We're not just running just to tell someone we did it. We do it every single day of our lives because we are powerful. We are strong. We can definitely get through the hard times. We can support our families. we can definitely run for those who cannot. Because we are alive. We're breathing and capable of more than we can ever imagine. And we most definitely conduct our business. It is time for you to stop doubting. It is definitely time for you to stop being afraid. It is time for you to have courage. It takes courage to pursue your dreams. The risks that you take, in most cases, are the greatest victories of all. I heard about a boy who's 10 years old, and he doesn't have much time. This young man is doing all that he can to fight for the life that he has left. And I want you to hear me out. I want you to listen to me. I want you to understand what I'm about to say to you is going to really get you to thinking about how precious life really is. This child who is fighting an uncurable disease. Now, this disease is terminal. That means that this child will not have the opportunity to come back from it. This disease is affecting him. It is destroying him. But yet this child is still fighting for his life. Now I say fighting because that's what we all have to do. But there are many people in the world that don't have the ability to fight. Sometimes they let the little things hold them back. And they don't realize how unique and special they are inside. So maybe you're not fighting a disease. Maybe you're not fighting something that's going to take you out of this world. But I'm reflecting back on this young man. This young man that is fighting to live as long as he possibly can. Can you imagine being the mother or the father of this child? This could be your child. This could be my child. But yet, I'm living my life. And my children are healthy. They're strong. Your children may be healthy and strong. But this young man, his parents are preparing him for the final call. So while you're sitting around in misery and wondering why your day is so bad and you're having just such a tough life, you need to reflect on the things that you have happening in your life that is good right now. Because somebody out there don't have that fight that you have today. Somebody out there right now is suffering. I'm not talking about the suffering that you're suffering from. I'm not talking about going to the gym. Not that type of suffering. I'm not talking about the addiction that you have of drinking a cup of coffee suffering because you feel that you need it, and without your coffee, you can't function. I'm talking about this young man. He would trade places with you if he could. But today, it's not going to happen. In fact, it's not going to happen for the rest of his life. Why? Because he doesn't have much time. How much time do you think you have today? How long do you think you have the opportunity to walk on this earth? This child, this young man will not perhaps see the opportunity to become a man because his life is slowly winding down. So while you're sitting around and wondering how bad your day is, Think about the day that you're having today, right now, and realize that your opportunities that have been given to you are a sign of grace, a sign of goodness, a blessing. Even though this young man doesn't have a lot of time, he is yet fighting for his life. So even if it does seem that this is a bad time for the parents, I say to them, thank you for staying strong, even in a time like this that you are dealing with. I say to the parents that can hear me today, whatever your problems, whatever your circumstances, whatever illnesses that you may be around, just know that you are not out of the fight yet. And you must continue to fight. You must continue to go down the path. You must continue to be powerful in your life, because it ain't over yet. And I haven't heard a bell. So keep living, fight, believe, and trust. And know, just like this young man, that could be you too. Keep up the good fight. When you hear my voice and you're on that path and you're running and you're pushing, take a moment. The moment when you start to feel weak and tired and you want to give up, think about that young man that's still fighting, that's still pushing, that's still believing, and knowing that he's not done yet. And if he can fight, you better fight. You better believe. You better keep the faith, and you better carry on strong. But just remember, his opportunities are winding down. You have yet to know what yours are. But since we know right now you're not fighting that disease that he's fighting, you fight for him. You fight for those that can't fight anymore. And you keep believing. And you keep pushing. This is a fight for all of our lives. So keep up the good fight. Do you have the courage to grab the dream that picked you? Or will you let it get away? You cannot sit back and wait and wonder, because you are seeking the possibilities. You are looking for something that is greater than the excuses that you are giving yourself. This, my friends, is the time. This is the hour. And this is what you must understand within you. Work must be done. Dreams and lifetime opportunities, things that you have never even imagined. This is that time right now. Don't let your dreams become a nightmare. This is when things could go wrong because you waited too long. You hesitated. You procrastinated. You let all of these things just slip past you because you didn't have the mindset to go forward. You were afraid you were going to fail. You were afraid that people were going to talk against you or talk about you. You let someone else determine your destiny. This, my friend, is your opportunity, is your chance, the chance of a lifetime. Don't waste it. Don't put it behind you. Put it directly in front of you and attack. And do it with a full heart. Because this is always and forever be, as long as you're living, business. For those that do not know what they are seeking, let me remind you, you are seeking victory. You are seeking strength. You are seeking possibilities. You are seeking greatness. You are seeking life. To everyone on the line, you are the masters of your destiny. So be productive, be powerful, and from the bottom of our heart, conduct your business. Go! Falling down doesn't mean you stay down. You're not done. You just living. You're hurting, but you're still living. You got some setbacks, but you're still living. You have to think about your past. Maybe that's something that you need to do to remind you of what you're going through right now, so that maybe the future may be even better for you. You may come to a point in your life and said, I remember when I did this and I remember when I did that. Remember, it's a memory. It's something that happened in the past. The past can't do nothing for you, but you gotta focus on the right now and hope that your future will be beautiful for you. But even in your future, that doesn't mean that you won't have more unique challenges. Falling down. Why? Am I supposed to hurt like this? Am I supposed to go through all of these challenges? Am I supposed to feel all of this agony? Why? What did I do to deserve this? Who did I hurt so bad that I have to go through so much pain? What did I do wrong? The only thing that you're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're living. And when you're living, there's gonna be challenges. When you're living, there's gonna be struggles. When you're living, there's gonna be sorrow. When you're living, you're gonna get angry sometimes. But guess what? What good is it if it's not putting you in a position you need to be?
You are not a loser. You are a winner. Every time you fall, you don't have to think about it. You have to know that you gotta get up.
It's not meant to be easy. Let today be the day that you pay your price, that you do what's necessary to push on.
The real challenge is performing when you are under pressure. The real challenge is showing up when you don't feel like showing up. There is no getting around confronting your fears. There is no getting around holding yourself accountable.
Can we understand that we do matter? Can we understand that there's something that must be done?
Despair won't move the needle forward. You can't settle for staying where you are. You are not a victim. You are an overcomer.
The world can't control you.
You've got to stay focused on your mission. Ask yourself this question. Are my feelings helping me or hindering me?
Find your true purpose. Getting knocked down don't mean you stay down. Take a few hits, it's okay. Learn how to take a punch. Learn how to fight back. Learn how to get back. Don't give in to these things that you feel is pushing you down. Getting back up is the mission that you must be focused on. Getting back up is how you understand how tough it was when you was on your back. You can recognize you can be something great. You can recognize, I know what it feels like to go through something. You can recognize that even if I'm at the top, sometimes I'm gonna stumble and be right back at the bottom. But you don't have to start over. You just gotta learn how to start up and get up. Carry it. Carry those burdens. Carry those struggles. Thicken your skin. And know that you got something unique about you. Because you, my friend, are beautiful inside. And no one can take that away from you. Don't let these things hold you down. Don't let the world keep you down. Because the world didn't do anything to you. You just living in it. I gotta do this. I must do this. I will do this. You got to will it. Will it and then kill it. Kill the sadness. Kill the weakness. Kill the excuses. Kill the pain. And carry on. Be more than less. Be great within yourself. What is it gonna take? What are you gonna believe in? How far are you gonna go? And how are you gonna get up off that ground? So if you don't like being down, master the will to get up. You don't like being in the circumstances you in, then make a difference. Don't just change something, make a difference.
It's only when you get up that you can begin to recover from your last fall. See, the longer you stay down, the more time you have to think. And if you think for too long, you will convince yourself that it's too hard to get up, that you don't have the strength to get up. This is why you have to pay attention to your thoughts and revise them. When you recognize that they are not aligned with where you desire to go. It's not too hard. There is a solution. You've just got to be determined to find it. And even if you don't have the full plan, even if you don't know what to do beyond getting up, just get up and figure out the rest as you go.
And know that your existence is so powerful. Make it count. Don't make it fade away. Evolve into greatness. Carry on. Be productive. Be strong. And from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business.
I can because I'm capable. I will because I'm strong. I must because they're dependent on me. Don't you sit here and act like you've reached all your level of success. No, you have not. You have not begun to see the things that's about to happen to you.
Never ever, never ever, never ever give up on your dream. Listen to me. That mental picture, never let it die out. Never ever let it die out. I don't care how much time passes. I don't care what happens, circumstances, situations. I don't care what defeats, what upsets. I don't care what happens in your life. Listen to me and listen to me very carefully. You better never, ever, ever, never, ever give up on your dream. Never let the mental picture, the picture that you painted, listen to me. Whatever you saw, whatever you said you were going to accomplish, whatever you said you were going to do, never ever, I know, repetition deepens the impression. Never ever, never ever, ever, never let your dream die.
Jayhan's out here getting the Rocket League in.
I can. Because I
didn't
can.
realize my mic was muted on my stream.
I will.
He does.
I'm
He
strong.
likes it a lot.
I can get through any
Rocket
obstacle
League.
on my way to my journey. I must, because they counting on me.
Don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't go pick it back up. There's a dream you left 2-3 years ago. Somebody told you you couldn't do it, and you internalized that foolishness. Stop listening to the haters. Shut them down. Shut them up. You want to shut your haters up? How do you do it? You do it by being successful. You don't do it by falling into their traps, doing what they want you to do, putting your head down. You don't do it by not being successful. Let me tell you what I learned. Nothing succeeds like success. And so pick your dream back up. Pick your goals back up. Kill a noise. Shut them down. And surround yourself with people who will help you, who will speak life into you and not death. People who will speak life into you and help you to about your past, because I got one too. Listen to me, you have the opportunity right now to make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Penny's the one that got me on Rocket League.
I must.
Rocket League and Paladins now.
It's gonna be harder for them to do it if I don't do it.
Huh?
I must. Because I gotta break that cycle. It's not gonna break itself. I must. Because they count on me. Listen to me. We're all human. We're all growing. None of us are evil because we're not doing what we said we were gonna do. But at some point, you have to embrace, be fruitful, multiply.
You got a shield?
Have dominion.
What you got?
And subdue the world.
Nice.
Let's go, y'all.
You have gone too far.
Nice.
You've invested too much time.
That's
You've
dope.
given too much to quit now. You put too much time
right
into it, too
shield
much
and
effort.
a hole
You
cut
cried
out
too
at the
many
top of it.
tears.
Yo, we gotta
right?
go. Wait, come back.
You've gone without eating. You have invested too much to walk away at this point. All right. So we all in, baby. Now it's time to get the reward. It's about momentum. You gotta keep it 100. You gotta be true to you. And I'm tired of people emailing me, telling me what somebody told them they can and can't do. Listen to me. The only thing you need to write your book, the only thing you need to do to finish the GED, I'm telling the book now, I'm telling the book. The only thing you need to do to get your 4-year degree, the only thing you need to do to get your master's, the only thing you need to do is get your PhD.
If you was on
That
the
is to
bike with him,
believe
you'd probably
in
be
your
able to grapple
dreams
him along
and
with the
stop
bike.
listening to others. You're about to get certain things just because of the effort you put in, the time you put in. You're about to get a reward. Are you hearing me? You're about to get a reward, baby. So don't quit, don't give up.
It works with
There's
the
some
shopping
blessings
carts
that
and
come
the
in
golf
life
carts the
after
last
regulation.
season
They
with the
come in
fucking cup
overtime. They come in extra innings. So for some of y'all, you're going to have to learn to wrestle with it. You're going to have to learn to fight with it. That's what wrestling means. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to have to put in a little bit more sweat, a little bit more blood, a little bit more tears, but you got to wrestle with it. I'm not going to let you go until you bless me. Meaning that we gonna do this thing all night long. We're gonna do it all night long, but I'm telling you that I'm not gonna let you go until you bless me. But you gotta fight with that thing and tell that thing you will quit before I quit. You'll give up before I give up. You fight your way through this one, but you do not quit. You do not give up on your merit. Do not quit school. Do not quit on your goal, your dream. You keep going, and not just don't quit. We're not talking about not quitting. We're talking about taking the prize home. Let me tell you something, what hurt people do. Hurt people. Don't even take it personal. When they try to strip you, they're not stripping you because they don't like you. They're stripping you because somebody stripped them. Hurt people. And so I need you to do me a favor. Never ever let somebody else, their reality for you, become your reality for you, all right?
Right side low.
You ain't no boy no more. This ain't no base. This ain't no, I want to go party. You've given up that right when you had kids.
There's a vehicle
Party's
out
over
here,
with out
guys.
of
There's a
time.
vehicle out here. Watch yourself.
Not time to be party no more. Now it's time to create a legacy now. You had your fun. Now get your work. Now build a legacy. You don't work for nobody else. You work for your mama. You work for your sister. You work for your aunts. You work for your grandma. You work for your family. You work for your kids. You ain't making no other man rich.
Steps on me.
You've done some stuff that's so bad that you just put all your dreams down, all your goals down. You've been sleeping. You've been in a state of depression. You've given up. You've quit. I need you to pick that thing back up. I need you to pick it back up. It's okay. We all made mistakes. It's nobody, listen to me, it's nobody that hasn't made a mistake. You've been forgiven. Now you need to forgive yourself. All right? Because you're living in the past. You can't get what's next. You can't get your future because you're stuck in your past. I need you to let it go. Listen to me, no man is an island. You cannot do it alone. You do not have to do it alone. Get some help. All right? I call it accountability partners, a board of advisors. Get the right people around you. Third quarter living is about the point of no return. Hear what I'm telling you? Third quarter living is about the point of no return. Like if you was gonna quit, that's first quarter living, right? Maybe second, I'm not sure. But I know in the third quarter, look, you in it too deep. You too far in it. You too deep in it. You heard me say it before, you better get a reward.
I behaved like a child, but when I became a man,
I saw that.
I put away childish things. Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut her off. So what? She gonna get attitude. Cut her off. So what? Bump your boss. Cut your boss off. Your wife needs you. Bump your boss. Your boss don't run you. Your boss don't care about your wife and your kids. You care about your wife and kids. Do what you supposed to do. You ain't no boy no more.
I just turned.
You don't need their approval. You talented enough. God made you. You got everything you need. I want you to spend all your energy on overcoming your weaknesses, because behind every weakness you overcome is another level of success. And your goal should be the best human when you die that you could be. So your sons and daughters, when they bury you, should say, that's what I want to be like that. I'm going to take this legacy to the next level. When you leave this place, I need you to get in beast mode and stay in beast mode. On 3, beast mode. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. No, come on. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. If you wake up at 3:30, some other kid's getting up at 3 and he's got 30 minutes on you today. I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you not only to want to be a beast, I need you to live in beast mode. Because if you live in beast mode, you'll have what other people don't have. Listen to me very closely. Not only will you have what other people don't have, you'll do what other people can't do. So what is it? What is that one thing that you're saying that I am going to get this thing done and I'm going to make my dreams become a reality?
Oh my God, this game.
Everyone wants to be a beast.
Anyway, I'll be back.
Until it's time to do what real beasts do. Everybody wants to be a beast.
I'm readied up. I'm readied up.
Everybody wants to make their dreams become a reality. There's no one sitting in this room who's saying, I want to procrastinate. I don't want to get it done. I don't want to get to the next level. No, every person in this room, not only do you want your dreams to become a reality, you deserve for your dreams to become a reality.
This is important. Seasons are always temporary. Say it. Crisis is not a permanent condition. It's just a season. And the key to life is what you have to do is organize yourself to outlast the season. That's all.
As long as you're average, you're going to get what average people get. If you get to that point where you do exactly what you say you're going to do, you're going to get to the next level.
That no one can do it for you but you. It's not over until I win.
Life has taught me that you will grow through what you go through. Life has taught me that you will grow through what you go through. Life has taught me for every level, there's another devil. Life has taught me the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success.
Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. Everybody wants something in life, but many of you in this room right now, your beast mode is idle. Your beast mode is not turned on. And when you leave this place, I'm telling you, your life is going to go to a whole nother level if you can learn to turn that switch on and keep that switch on. I outlasted the pain. You're saying, I've got dreams, I have goals, there are things that I want to accomplish, I'm not satisfied. Like I don't sleep well at night. Like E.T., I dream it, E.T., I want it, E.T. Let me tell you something. If you get to that point, where you do exactly what you say you're going to do, you're going to get to the next level. As an individual, I need you to get your schedule up. I need you to get your life up. I need you to get your words up. I need you to get your heart up. I need you to get your action up. I need you to get to a place that every single thing that you do is phenomenal so that the life you want to live, you can actually live that life. Everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to succeed. Everybody wants to have, to be, and do what they feel they've been called to do. The challenge becomes, most of us, when it's time to do what beasts do, we don't do it. I need you to put this down, put this down, put this down. Because what you're going to discover as you're going towards your dream, as you're going towards your goal, man, so many distractions. There are going to be so many people
I told you I'd be back.
So many people that come up against you, so many obstacles, so many trials, so many tribulations. And when people ask me, E.T., like for real, E, I know you can give me 20 things that you've done to help yourself to become successful. But E.T., I just need like 1 or 2. Can you give me 1 or 2? And one of the things I tell people is, I outlasted the pain. I outlasted the pain. I need you to recycle your pain. When I was sleeping in those abandoned buildings, I kept telling myself, one day you'll be a homeowner. Every time I walked into that abandoned building, I told myself that this might be your current circumstances, but this will not be how the story ends. All you have to do, E.T., is to survive today. When they kicked me out of school, I knew that I would not be a high school dropout for the rest of my life. I knew I got to get through this one day. Me and my mom have been through a lot. My mom and I have gone months and almost years of not talking to each other, but every single day I kept telling myself, one day I'll have a great relationship with my mom again. One day. Well, I didn't grow up with my biological father. He wasn't in my life until I was 30 years old. But I told myself, today, your father is not in your life, but one day. And so every single day when I wake up homeless, one day. Every single day when I woke up in that abandoned building, one day. One day is going to be E.T.'s day, but that day can't come if I give up today. So every single day when I woke up, I kept telling myself, today might not be the day, but soon it will be my day, and I will recycle my pain. Say, what do you mean, E.T.? You recycled your pain. I turned homelessness into a book. I turned my father not being in my life to a book. I turned an estranged relationship with my mom into a book. I turned being homeless into a book. I turned being a high school dropout into a bestseller. And not only do they sell it in America, they sell it across the world. What will you do with your pain? Will you let it break you, or will you let it redefine you? I outlasted the pain.
To you, to the person who's feeling like there's no hope, that you can't see a way out of your current situation or circumstance. I want to say first that I'm sorry that you're going through whatever trial it is that you're going through right now. It's not fair and you don't deserve it. But there is hope on the other side of this trial. I want you to think about those feelings, those times where you felt happiness, where you felt joy, where you experienced love in a way that you never thought you'd be able to experience. And I want you to hold on to those moments and think about your future and think about having those moments of love and joy and laughter and peace again. And I want you to know that right now, it's just a trial. It's just a test. The things that seem to hurt you and make you feel like you can't put one step in front of the other, it's just something that's going to happen to make you stronger. You don't have to get from how you're feeling right now to immediate joy and laughter. It might take time. But all I'm asking you to do is put one foot in front of the other and grasp onto that hope with everything that you have and know that this too shall pass. I'm rooting for you. When you think about, what you want out of life, where you want to make your mark, you have to start figuring out who you are. And so my first step is always to figure out who you are. Where can you be great? And when you do that, you have to put the blinders on. Don't look at anyone else, because nobody else can tell you how to be you. So I dealt with homelessness and poverty growing up, domestic violence, growing up in a home with a lot of drug abuse and alcoholism. But I had that vision of going to the Olympics, and I had that skill of jumping. I put those two things together, and it was really the thing that pulled me through those difficult times. And I think that when people have those difficult times, you have to have something that brings hope and joy and has the power to propel you through difficult situations, because each and every one of us has them, but we have to be able to see outside of it. And when we lose hope, that's when we feel like giving up. People are losing hope, and they can't see beyond their current circumstances, and they feel like their runway is too short. But I want to bring the fact that there is hope. There was a time period in my life where I decided that I didn't want to live anymore. And just to see all the amazing and beautiful things that were waiting for me in life on the other side of that moment.
No.
I want people that are living in their 20-year-old devastation to know that there's life on the other side of it and to hold on to hope.
Darling, won't you ease my worried mind?
The final 3 Olympics, every time you competed, you had just had a baby. What was that like? I mean, it blows my mind to even think about it. I love what that journey in life looks like and what it takes, but I can only imagine what it takes as an athlete. Can you walk us into what it was like for your body preparing after just giving birth?
So your body completely changes after you have kids. I remember after having my first child, my ankles were so weak, and I needed to be able to put a tremendous amount of torque and force into the ground to be able to high jump. And I remember having to take it one step at a time. And I think that whenever we're at a certain level and for whatever reason we get knocked down, we just want to get back to that level so quickly. But we forget the process of being patient with ourselves and being very meticulous and strategic towards getting back towards where we want to go, that we could injure ourselves or we put ourselves through a lot of mental anguish. And so for me, it was no different. I wanted to put myself through that mental anguish, and I had just jumped one of the best jumps in American history, and yet now I'm struggling to jump a height that I cleared my freshman year of high school. But I realized that I had to put one step in front of the other, and I had to take it one day at a time. And by being consistent, I eventually was able to jump higher and get to the point where I qualified for the Olympic trials, and then I qualified for the Olympic Games. But I learned throughout that process. And a lot of people say hindsight is 20/20 vision. And they say it in a negative way, like, oh, hindsight is 20/20 vision. But it's the reality that you could take that 20/20 vision, apply it to the next time, and do it again without falling into bear traps. And that's what I did from one Olympics to the next. I figured out a process that worked. Another saying that I love is that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. But they also say that quote in a negative connotation. The reality is there's a positive aspect to it. If you're doing things right, you get amazing results. You put in that recipe.
Come on, guys, I got him distracted. I'm fucking hitting him with my pickaxe over here, guys.
Anything less than success. And so once I figured out what worked,
I'm popping popsicle sticks on this motherfucker,
my weight
yo.
sheet is exactly the same as it was when I was in college. My training, I kept everything the same because I know it works.
Fucking popsicle sticks. Literally, look, I was hitting him with these, man.
I'll get to it tomorrow.
Look, Jay, I was hitting him with these motherfuckers, bro. These banana ice cream.
Because life changes so quick. We live our lives and we feel as if we're promised something.
Got somebody else shooting at
We
me.
really don't have any control. We can control what we possess, emotions, attitude, thought process, perspective, how we speak, how we respond. But just life in general, we have no control of that. But it's so many parts of the injury that shaped my perspective. It was almost surreal. Your career's probably over. Your arm and hand will probably never be the same again.
That's the other Chewbacca. That's the black one from Mandalorian or whatever.
Everybody done been through something.
Bounty hunter one.
Everybody's gonna encounter something. I think the beautiful thing about adversity and opposition, when you live with it, it teaches you. If you're open to it.
That shit was good as hell.
The easiest thing in the world to do is to be negative. Easiest thing in the world to do is complain. Easiest thing in the world to do is to quit. That's easy. It's moments like that that you remember that shape and mold you as a person as you go throughout life. And I think we all have them, right? We all have these moments, right? Whether it be humility moments, whether it be, moments that keep us grounded. It's just we choose sometimes to forget them.
Yo, this game's coming out in 2025.
And for all of us, we're gonna encounter those defining moments in our lives, right? To where it's gonna hurt. It's always a lesson. It's always a blessing. It's up to us to extract it.
I don't even care. Like, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Attitude drives
hypey and they're
performance.
hyping it. But honestly, bro.
So that's the key to life. I think sometimes when things don't go our way, the quote says it. You judge the true character and caliber of a person not by where they stand in times of comfort and convenience. You judge the true character and caliber of a person by where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. But when things go wrong, things don't go the way you want them to, they don't unfold the way you want them to, who are you? Because that's the true test of who you are as a person. That's your true character. Everybody is going to smile when the sun's shining, man. But the song says it. Can you stand the rain, baby? Attitude is a small thing that we often underestimate, but we really can control that.
I come into my junior year, and I'm about to get exactly what I wanted. About to get this thing called NFL. 10 games away from this dream. This thing that I've been working for my whole life. My whole life is dedicated to this one game. I got the paperwork that states I'm about to be an NFL draft pick. NFL on top of the paper. Inky Johnson projected top 30 automatic multi-millionaire. Now all you have to do, the hard part's over. Just play the next 10 football games, Ink. You made it.
You got droppers. Drop it in.
And I go out in a silly game against Air Force, 2 minutes left, and I go to make a tackle that I can make with my eyes closed. And when I hit him, every breath in my body left. My body goes completely limp. I fall to the ground. I blacked out. My eyes open. I'm still not, too concerned because it's football.
Got steps.
When my eyes open, guys run over. Ink, let's rock, man. Let's go. Let's finish him off. And I'm like, I can't. I said, I can't move. Shock, neck to my toes. I can't feel anything. Shock leaves. It stays in my right arm and hand. I'm like, maybe I got a bad stinger. They put me on the spine board, wheeling me off the field. Doctor says to me as he's walking beside me, I don't know how you're still alive, son. You don't have any pulse. We get to the ambulance. My father's standing there. I'm like, Pops, I laid it on him, right? I put it on him, right? My dad's like, yeah, but I think you got the worst part of this one, me. Doctor said, we're going to take you over, run a couple tests, bring you back into the room. Everything will be cool.
I'm an island boy.
They run the test. They bring me back into the room. Mom comes in, kisses, prays. Son, you'll be fine.
You got somebody on you, bro?
Doctors rush in. Head boy says, hey, man, got to rush him back to surgery. He's about to die. If we don't perform this surgery tonight, I guarantee you won't be here in the morning. And now the thing I placed my identity in, now it was gone. That's why I laugh at people when they say, man, if I could just get this, I'll be. Man, if I could just get this position, I'll be. Woo!
I got steps on me.
Man, if I could just get this amount of money, I'll be. I'm like, woo. But what happens even if you get it or you don't get it?
Thank you for the assist.
Like, do you have the ability to accept what you don't understand? Can you handle when things get off course? I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, like, man, I'm 8 games away, and God is redirecting me, and I'm like, God, just let me get to the NFL, then redirect.
Where was going?
Like, let me get the contract, then redirect me so I can help my family.
I ran into him before he ran into you.
And I thought it was over after football got redirected. My life got redirected 2, 3 more times before I even fell into my purpose and my mission and what I was supposed to be doing. It got redirected 2, 3 more times. I'm thinking I'm gonna be a coach. Just every guy when he finishes the game, and I'll just coach. But people keep coming to me, telling me, speak, Inky, you need to speak, and I'm like, I'm not speaking.
What's up, Fowlis? Where you been?
Everybody got a story. That's how I view life. Everybody done been through something, right? Everybody's gonna encounter something. And so I never looked at speaking, sharing, I never was the guy like, oh man, this happened to me, let me go share it with the world. I was like, nah, Ink, figure it out. Like, pick up the pieces, move forward, and figure it out. And so when people would say this, I would be like, nah, I'm not trying to speak. Like, I don't want to speak. The things we go through in life, man, they're not just for us, right? Once we get to a place of peace and we figure out how to deal with it, it's our responsibility to go out and share that. Right. It's like not before the world all the time, but just to share it. Because other people go through things, right? Other people are fighting. Just go out and share it. And it was the first time I had got hit with something to where I pondered it, right? To where I was like, you make a nice point. And I was getting invitations to speak at the time, school assembly.
The bread and sandwich or whatever.
I got the same feeling that I was getting in the tunnel, right? And I'll never forget when I got it, I felt it and I captured it. I spoke, did well, got home, and I'll never forget thinking like, man, like, I might need to be more intentional about this. When we go through things in life, the first thing we try to do is understand it. I'm like, nah, man, some things you're gonna go through, it's gonna be so tough, you're not gonna understand it right away. Just survive.
On a burger, I'll have it, but other than that, nothing. If it's in a salad, like potato salad, mac salad, I'll have it.
And I always tell a story about when my faith was fortified and my life went to another level, was the only thing I had at that moment was a prayer and a book.
Behind you.
I got up and I looked at my wife, I said, I'm gonna take this book.
I told you to run into it.
So I got my book, I got my suit, it's hot. Every door that opened, I ran in it. Hey man, Inky Johnson, drove from Atlanta. They're like, get out of here. I'm like, man, Oprah people rude, man. I thought you was nice. You give away cars, you're rude. So after getting kicked out like 4 doors, I go to the back of the building.
I got one shot at. I don't know where it came from.
I put my back on the building, look up to the sky, and I'm like, God, man. Thought it was you. I'm like, man, my wife gonna chew me out, man. I get up. I look down the sidewalk, and at this moment, there was nobody but Oprah and a security guard. Talking about nobody else.
You said it's a
She's
war
walking toward
zone
me,
down
I'm walking
here.
toward her. I get a couple of feet away. I stop. She grabbed my suit. She said, hey, that's a nice suit. I said, thank you. I said, I drove from Atlanta. I wanted to get you my book. She said, oh, cool, great. I said, would you mind taking a picture? We take a picture, and I'm going to walk off. She said, I got to get in and do my show. I said, all right, thank you. And I'm going to walk off, and her security says to me, said, hey, young man, come here. I stopped. I went back to him. He said, I just want to tell you something. He said, what just happened never happens. He said, now, I don't know what's going to come out of it. I don't know book club, show. I don't know about any of that. He said, but I just want to make sure I tell you what just happened never happens. Like, God, are we really moving to the point where I can get up in Atlanta, Georgia, look at my wife, don't know nobody in Chicago, don't know nobody on Oprah's staff, and look at my wife and say, I'm going to meet Oprah. I got a certain level of faith that I'm going to meet Oprah. Like, at a certain point, like, what is it really about? Like, and I know the initial reaction when we go through things is to say, man, why did this have to happen to me? And it's an honest reaction. Because sometimes good people go through some crazy stuff. At a certain point, you're going to hit something, it's going to test that level of faith. And my definition of commitment was always staying true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left. Like, am I going to stay true to my beliefs and my core and my essence of who I am as an individual, even if I get a paralyzed right arm and hand? Am I going to stay true to it, even if my little career that I thought I was going to have disappears? Am I going to stay true to it, even if one day I'm in a football game, the thing I love to do, the thing I have been practicing my whole life, and in one moment it gets wiped out? Am I going to stay true to it?
Somebody comes up to me almost every week and say, like, be honest, like, you said you wouldn't change what happened to you. Why? I got a paralyzed right arm and hand. But who I am as a man, that never got paralyzed. Can I condition my mindset and my perspective that when uncertainty happens, opposition happens, adversity happens, I can put my mind, my perspective in a space and place to extract some good? Stop trying to understand it and focus on surviving it.
You may be average, you may be ordinary, but you have the opportunity every single day to make extraordinary decisions. And what you do today will determine your future.
The future is very expensive. The currency to get to the future, the bridge that we build, it is built on your daily decisions, your habits, your programming, the way that you think, the way that you talk, the way that you walk. Blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice, people that you have to let go, sleep that you have to lose, multiple jobs that you have to work, hours on end of study, beating on your craft every single day. It's not easy, but it's worth it. There are going to be nights you're going to cry yourself to sleep. There are going to be times you're going to want to throw in the towel. But if you keep going, your future self will thank you. If you could hear your future self talking to you now, the future you would say thank you for not giving up. Thank you for not throwing in the towel. Thank you for not allowing the despair and the anguish and the anger and the bitterness and the jealousy and the ego to eat away at your progress and your perseverance and your ability to travail and endure. I believe in the future. Number one, you got to get crystal clear about who you believe you've been destined to be. Because everybody's looking to manifest. We are all looking to evolve. We are all looking to level up. What is your life's purpose? What is your destiny? Why on earth are you here? What is it that you can do today to get closer to the fulfillment of that future, to get closer to the manifestation of the future? What are you doing today? What are you giving today? Remember why you had to let some people go. Remember why you're working so hard towards this thing. You're pressing, you're pushing, you're clawing, you're dragging yourself through mud and through murky water. Come on, remember why you're doing what you're doing. It may be difficult. It may seem impossible. The moment that you discover why you're here, spend the rest of your life executing. There are going to be times when you give everything you have, and everything that you have is not enough. Push through the pain, push through the anguish, push through the brokenness. Do not stop. It's the no quit mentality. Wherever you are now is not where you're going to end up. You are special, and you've been designed to change the world. So many of us want so many different things, and our life is filled with entertainment and recreation and people that we have not appraised. Have you appraised your connections? Have you done a scrupulous evaluation of everyone in your life? Are they assets or are they liabilities? Yes, you want the future, but what's your plan? And then the moment that you create the plan and you've ironed out all the kinks and you're crystal clear and you've got this plan, you've got this aim, this target, then you got to stay committed. With tears in your eyes, you got to be committed when your brain is hurting. You got to be committed when you haven't gotten sleep in a few days. You got to be committed. You got to plow through that depression, that heaviness, that weariness. And you gotta cling to the joy of the thought of the future that if you finish this course, then there is a reward at the end of this pain. You may feel as though you are not able to breathe now. You may be inundated with responsibility, and it seems as though there is no way out of this. You have to be grateful for the ground that you've gained and guard the ground that you've gained. Celebrate the small wins. If we keep looking at the big picture, if we keep looking at the end game, if that's all we fix our eyes on, then we'll get off kilter. We'll lose our footing and we'll walk around discouraged because you're not going to just wake up in one day and fulfill destiny. It's the process that's perfecting us. It's the ins and the outs and the nuances. It's the song and the dance between destiny and the journey and the process and the promise. And we've got to learn how to execute the day. Give us this day. We've got to learn how to execute the day. That you conquer the day. I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm not where I used to be. And so we've got to celebrate the small wins, those mental wins, those emotional wins, those relational wins, those financial wins, those spiritual wins. We've got to celebrate. And then we've got to be kind, not only to others throughout our process, but we've got to be kind to ourselves. The problem with many of us is that we're not kind to ourselves. Be kind to yourself. You can be assertive, you can be direct, you can be firm, but you can have a little empathy and a little kindness, not only on others, but on yourself. Because the truth of the matter is you are not going to always feel like doing what you were designed to do, okay? And so we've got to condition ourselves for the stretch. With gratitude, we're going to need that coupled with patience. The future takes time to manifest. The future takes time because you are beautifully equipped to get the results you are currently getting, and there are some bigger results that you are after. And in order to get those results, in order to manifest that very specific future, you're going to have to acquire a different set of skills, a different work mentality. It's going to require you to become a different version of yourself. Elevation is all over you. Okay, next, you gotta seize the opportunity. There are so many opportunities for you to grow, so many opportunities for you to learn, so many opportunities for you to share, for you to give, for you to understand, for you to think, for you to be quiet, for you to speak. And you've gotta know when to do, what to do, why to do. This is the paradigm of the future. The future has a specific paradigm that you have to execute. You have to walk in this. You're going to have to move from limited beliefs, and you're going to have to move into limitless believing. You have to know your boundaries, establish your guardrails. You got to know your weaknesses and your strengths. Do not stop. It's the no quit mentality.
Listen up. Yes, I'm talking to you.
If you can hear my voice, you've got work to do.
This is something you all need to understand. If you want to be the best in whatever you do, you got to start acting different than everybody else.
You don't have to compare yourself to anyone because you have the ability to create the life you want.
You've been put in a position where you ultimately doubted yourself. You started to believe you don't belong here. You're not that good. You don't fit the criteria of what the rest of the world is looking for.
I didn't want to be like everybody else. I wanted to be the fucking best at everything I did.
Do you realize how difficult it is to be different?
Winning requires discipline. Commit to making things happen.
You've got a destiny to fulfill. You've got a purpose to walk into. You've got dots to connect.
I want to be remembered forever. And in order for that to happen, I realized I needed to fucking act like it.
So don't just talk about what you want to happen. Be an action taker and recognize that you don't have to be jealous of anyone.
We all want to do something. We all want to be somebody. We all want to go somewhere.
You can't be doing the same shit that everybody else is doing if you want to be the best.
You achieve your goals only when you are disciplined enough to keep showing up when you don't feel like it.
The best of everything comes with a fucking price.
Success stories have a humble beginning. You can't push yourself forward if all you're thinking about is the doubts and the negative things that people are saying. Because you're relying more on their ideas and their dreams of you instead of you relying on your own dreams and ideas of yourself. Why would you want to surround yourself with people that don't have ideas that are great? Why would you want to surround yourself because of a number? You know, a lot of people tend to wonder, oh, how many friends they have and how many people in their corner. Oh, I have 1 million followers. I have tens and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that support me. How many of those people do you actually know? Do you realize the power that you have right now? Even the people that don't like you, they are drawn to you. They see you, but they don't see your greatness. They don't see what you truly have inside. They are afraid of it. They don't lift it up. They don't encourage it because they're not happy. So they want you to come on their side. They want you to believe in their ideas of what you think of yourself. They doubt you and you believe what they doubt. Instead of you waking up from your slumber, instead of you waking up from this nightmare of despair and letting your opportunities come to life. It's going to be a tough time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be rough. It's going to be some tough times and tough days ahead for you. But that doesn't mean your ideas are going to die. That doesn't mean that you stop. That doesn't mean you stop believing in yourself. You just got to keep on working. When you got people looking at you from the left side and the right side, from the front to the back, and you in the middle, just remember, everybody's watching. Just give them something to see. Let them see it. Are you watching me? Watch this. Or you want to stop me? You can't stop this.
Nice.
That's the mentality that you must have in yourself. Don't you dare give up now. I know what that pain feels like. I know how to absorb that pain. And I know how to keep marching. And I know how to keep moving. And I know how to get productive in my life. Can't stop what you didn't create. You can hate it, but you can't dominate it. Because it belongs to me. Your ideas belongs to you.
So many people dream big dreams, but they never take any action. So listen to me carefully. If you don't believe in yourself, you've already lost the battle. Not believing in yourself is a losing battle because either you won't try at all or you will convince yourself that you can't do it. And when you convince yourself that you can't do it, your results are going to confirm what you believe. You fall short of your goals when you predict that you're not going to hit them. And sometimes you're too focused on probability. You're asking yourself, well, what's the likelihood of this happening? Versus focusing on the possibility. Asking yourself, how would my life change if I accomplish this? Ask yourself that question. And don't wait on approval from anyone outside of you. And don't feel bad because you feel like no one is cheering for you. No, you've got to decide that you are your biggest fan. You've got to decide that you're gonna finish what you started if you don't have one person supporting you. If nobody acknowledges you, acknowledge yourself. If nobody supports you, support yourself. This is the thing. If you keep showing up, if you keep going hard, if you stay consistent through your valley moments, your results will turn those who ignored you into fans.
It's not that you don't want everything that comes with the path that leads to your true potential, but you are too hung up on blaming the past and the present. You are too hung up on blaming your mom for how she treated you when you were younger. You are too hung up on blaming your teachers for how they spoke to you.
How is it my fault?
You're too hung up on the shitty thing that happened to you years ago. I'm not trying to discredit your pain, but you gotta let that shit go. And because of that, you aren't able to appreciate the strength and power you have today. You aren't able to step into that power because you are choosing to justify excuses every single time you open your fucking eyes. It's time to take responsibility.
Trying to cast it out there to me?
Understand that you are in control of how you feel every day, what you do every day, how you act every day. So don't get it twisted. The excuse that these outside sources control how you feel, what you do, and how you act is just a justification that has been drilled into your head since you were younger. Break out of it. Understand that we have the power to change our lives. Stop putting the power in other people's hands by blaming them for your current situation. Take that shit back. Take that shit back. Choose to shift the trajectory of your life so you can live up to your true potential. And don't for 1 second think it's going to be easy.
If it's important to you, you're gonna find a way. You won't have to look for a resource. You will become resourceful. It's not always about the accomplishment. It's about the effort. If we can just keep the effort going, the excuses are irrelevant. You gotta be stronger than your excuses. Excuses don't get results.
Because it's a whole new world.
We get one opportunity to come this way. We get one shot. We got one life to live. Life is too short to make excuses.
You pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're doing everything right. You're tired, you're exhausted, and ain't nothing happening yet. That word is what you're waiting for.
I'm good. I'm in here, bro.
Yet.
I got a blue fish in the med kit if anybody needs.
It's no different because we've messed up, because you fell off the wagon, you've been on alcohol and drugs, and you gave up on life, and you dropped out, or you've been to jail 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and you really want your dream to happen, and you're putting in your work, and nothing's happening yet. I promise you, if you keep pushing, if you keep giving me all your effort, it will happen. It must happen. It can't do anything but move. You can do anything but make progress. But I want you all to understand in saying that word that you all have to stop getting caught up in movement as progress. For some of us, the action of making progress is progress. The push itself, the fight, you get up and swing and miss, that's progress. You get up and you run at what you want with everything you got and you miss, that's progress. The effort of making the attempt is progress.
You're taking too long, bro.
And so guess what? The goals and the dreams are in that mindset to do nothing. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. I'll do it the day after that. We're in a mindset of quitting. And if you want to make sure you become successful, it's not will you quit, it's will you stop preparing to quit.
Are you out of gas?
You gotta give up on saying, look, I can do that tomorrow. Look, this is my time for rest. This is my time for break. There is no quit. Guess what? Dreams don't stop. People do. And then you have the nerve to think or to ask yourself why you're not successful. And you see it happen every day. On Monday morning, somebody's gonna get up and they gonna hand in their resignation going to a new job. On Monday morning, somebody gonna get up lifting more than you. On Monday morning, somebody gonna get up running faster than you. On Monday morning, somebody gonna get up with their name higher in the draft than you. On Monday morning, somebody's gonna be getting that scholarship that you could have got. Guess what? On Monday morning, somebody's gonna get up whistling to take that test while you worry. Why? There's no difference between them and you. They're not faster, they're not smarter, they're not stronger, they're not better. They just don't quit.
you give up. You give up. You believe that 24 hours, that 48 hours, you deserve to be off. You deserve to relax. While you relax, and always remember this though, it's somebody grinding, it's somebody pushing harder than you, it's somebody giving up more than you. Guess what? Until you get in that mental mindset that you will not prepare to quit, you will never succeed. Because if you prepare to quit, quitting is inevitable. I'm going to have the same amount of time, the same advantage, no excuse. They're not going to have an hour more than me. They're not going to have 6 hours extra than me. I'm going to grind just as long, and I'm going to grind longer, and I'm going to prepare myself to be successful. Why? One reason. I don't quit. I don't prepare myself in the mindset to quit. And if you don't understand this right now, that you're going to have to push harder, you're going to have to fight longer, you're going to have to give in with everything you got, you're going to have to give up more, you're going to have to not be lazy, you're going to have to not listen to that old you. You're going to have to believe that this extra time I can use on the weekend or at the end of the day or at night when other people are sleeping or when everybody's at the family reunion, when other people are on vacation at the beach, I'm going to grind, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to make my dreams a reality. Nobody going to stop me but me. That's the only person that can. Understand, if you want to make your dreams a reality, you've got to understand that you can't quit. Because you have a timeline for when you want your dream to become a reality, that don't mean your dream listen to you, baby. I'm not coach right now. I'm your conscience. You're in a fight between will and skill. I say will first because that's where you are. You locked and loaded with skill. You practicing every day, you putting in your work, you buying everything, you making the investment, you living your dream, you walking like your dream, you surrounding yourself around your dream, you got mentors, everything. You putting your work in, you got your skill. Now it's a test of your will. It's a mindset thing you in right now. It's a mindset thing because your challenge ain't moving. Your mountain is not moving. You don't feel like you're making any progress. You're not physically moving when you see everything else around you and other people around you moving. You're not making progress. You're in the test of your will right now because life says it has a little more test for you. You can look at your challenge with skill and it will see it just as that.
It's the car that ran out of gas?
Or you can look at your challenge.
I was like, yo, that's the car that ran out of gas.
And see it as much. Understand this and listen to me clearly. You may forget this face, you may forget this voice, you may forget who told you, but get your pads out. Don't ever forget these words that I'm about to tell you. If you want to be great in this life, you only have one choice, gentlemen. You only have one choice. You can make choices that just get you remembered, or you can make choices that ultimately make you a legend. If you put as much time into working on winning as you put into thinking about losing, you'd already be a champion. When we gonna get tired of just knowing and seeing successful people and become one of them? Time is out to sit up here and just make these average decisions, to make these irrelevant decisions that don't change you, don't change your family, don't change society, don't change your environment, don't change the world. It's time to make decisions that make you a legend.
I need another one?
We see it every day. But the only difference, baby, you gonna make a choice to just be remembered, or you gonna make a choice to become a legend. You gotta stop quitting. We gotta stop giving up. All this TGIF, TGIF. It is now TGIA. Thank God I'm alive. When we open our eyes and we're in our right mind, we live as though we really appreciate that opportunity.
Got somebody.
Every time I see a post, every time I see a tweet, or just anything, I want to ask the person, why are you thanking God it's Friday? Hello,
there's a train? We can get on a train?
Tomorrow is Saturday. The day after that is Sunday. The day after that is Monday. What are you thanking God it's Friday for? Because you're preparing to quit. You're prepared to stop what you're doing. You're prepared to clock out. You're prepared to go home. And you're in the mental mindset to do nothing. I dare you to get prepared for the challenges of your life by getting rid of comfort. I dare you. I dare you that when you find that job, that if you don't have a ride to work that you want, and then when you get there, you take the stairs. I dare you not to take a break, baby. I dare you to work through your lunch. I dare you that when it's hot, that you work faster. When it's cold, you work longer. I dare you to learn something new today that you didn't know yesterday. I dare you to. I dare you to run past that challenge. I dare you to face adversity. I dare you to look at it and say, look, I'm more than this right now. I can handle it. I dare you to look at your obstacles like a mountain. I dare you to stop running from them. I dare you to stop throwing away food because you scared you're going to eat it at night. I dare you to stop taking the detour because it's a crack house on the corner and it's a liquor store on the street. I dare you to stop running from your addiction. I dare you to stop running from the old you and become the man you know you can become. Mountains aren't going to move. You got to climb that bad boy, baby. You cannot get what you want in your life by being comfortable. Comfort is failing us.
We got somebody.
Many of you are denied your dream and your goal because you have a consistency versus an intensity problem. Consistency is when you do something. Intensity is how you do something.
Camping out at the train station.
And that's why many of you, no matter what you do, no matter how much you do it, no matter who you looking at, no matter what you read, you gonna be denied because you think that just being consistent at something is gonna let you win. And just that earns you the right to win. That I'm being denied that corner office. I'm being denied that car. I'm being denied this quality of life. I'm being denied that opportunity, this scholarship. I keep getting cut off the team. You know, if I just stay, if I just keep practicing, and I just stay around this team, sooner or later I'll make it. No, you won't. No, you won't. Because consistency does not guarantee you the win.
Another guy on the roof. Another guy on the roof.
As bad as you don't want to accept this, you never gonna win. Because you're not intense enough.
Grabbing his card, grabbing his card. Go for the revive. Go for the revive.
To the point that nothing will get in your way. That you will not get in your way. You'll never win.
Got steps on me. Got steps on me on this building.
You will have to become someone you've never been before.
I'm over here.
You want to go somewhere you've never gone? You got to do something you've never done. You got to say something you've never said. You got to go to a place in you that you've never even been. You get to redesign. You are your Michelangelo. You are your greatest sculpture. And you get to recarve and you get to up-level as much as you need. You're not sentenced to this life this way. You chose it. You get to choose as much as you want. You get to design it any way you choose. You're not sentenced to your future. You have an opportunity to your future. What do you want and how do you want it? And if it doesn't make you a little afraid, then you ain't playing big enough. Your knees are supposed to knock a little bit. Your teeth are supposed to chatter a little bit. There's supposed to be at least 2 butterflies in your stomach.
That's reviving?
At least. Because if not, you're playing inside your comfort zone. And we mistake the fact that we're supposed to be comfortable 24/7. Well, let me tell you something. Comfortable is equivalent to complacent. I'll choose inconvenience every day, any day, to make a difference on the planet.
We got 18 left.
I don't mind being mildly to moderately to significantly inconvenienced to leave my fingerprints on this planet. So I just came to talk to the game changers and to the change agents who are willing to confront any part of you that's not speaking to your madly, wildly, amazing future.
Be better now. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Here. In my greatness, I own my light. I own my brilliance. I am bold. I am courageous. I'm perfect in my imperfection. This is my time. This is my time. I'm bright enough. I'm old enough. Young enough. I've experienced enough.
Got one over here. Got one over here, Draven. Watch yourself in the
Breathe.
building. Coming around. Be careful.
Own it.
Good shit.
Own it. Ask yourself, what's my dream?
It's all good. We got you.
What's my dream? I came to challenge you to play in the biggest field you've ever played in. I came for you to challenge the fear that might be inside of you and to redesign and reprogram it. You look at it long enough, you be with it intimately enough, and it has to dissipate. You are the designer of your destiny. You are the author of your autobiography. You write the story of your life. No one can write your financial story. No one can write your spiritual story. No one can write your emotional story but you. The pen has always been in your hand. The pen has always been in your hand. I say write a story that's going to be damn good to read. And ask yourself, what's my dream?
You're good. You're good.
What are you willing to do that you've never done before?
I gotta heal. We're good.
What are you willing to say that you've never said before? Are you willing? Are you willing to do that thing you've never done before? Are you willing to stand at the edge of your own greatness? Are you willing to look at your fears? Are you willing to recognize that you can be afraid? Are you willing to look at the fact that there is always healing to come? There's always growth to come. There's no arrival. Are you willing? And then in the space of that, are you still willing to lean to the edge? Feel the breeze of possibility, not knowing if you will
Guys,
fly
I want to thank everybody
or
who
fall.
came through on the stream today, anybody who's been watching, anybody who's been lurking, anybody
Are you
back down
willing?
on the chat,
Are
anybody
you
who
willing
had
to
great today,
not
greatly
quite
appreciate
know
everybody's time and attention.
what
My
thing,
name is the Worst Name Gamer.
but that
Everybody can find
something
me
is
on
there
TikTok,
is
Instagram,
greater
YouTube,
than you?
Facebook, Twitch,
Are you
Twitter,
willing
unfortunately,
to say,
X,
my life
YouTube, definitely, if you guys want
has
to
to
content, I
make
have over 600
a
videos on my YouTube channel. Go enjoy at Worst Name Gamer ever.
You've heard me say this before, that there's a birthday and a transition day, and in between that is all the opportunity in the world. That's that dash that says, are you willing to disrupt my life? You're not here. You're not put here to leave my life calm. You're here to be a disruption for my life. You're here to cause me to want to be someone I've never been, do something I've never done because you crossed my path. Are you willing to show me that way?
I hope you guys enjoyed another Motivational Monday. You all be well, enjoy yourselves.
It's going to cost you more time than you thought you had.
Don't stress things.
It's going to cost you way more money than you thought you would invest. It's going to cost you some friends who couldn't make the entire journey with you. It's going to cost you that sense of, oh my God, I got to leave. I got to die to the old me to allow the new me to be born to my future. It's going to cost you something.
Oh,
this is the year for reset. This is the year for restart. This is the year for reignite. This is the year for repeat the things that you love. This is the year for recommit. This is the year for redesign. This is the year for re-engage. This is the year for restart. This is that year.
We got a car coming. Is that us?
I stopped by to ignite your fire. I stopped by to have you confront fear. I stopped by to have you look at what it's cost you and to make a bold declaration the next time it rises up, you rise up a little bit higher than it. Yes. I stopped by for you to no longer make fear your enemy. Make fear your fuel. I stopped by to redefine fear.
Oh,
to redefine it.
Guys,
because fear is an emotion like any other emotion. Fear is an emotion like love, like compassion. Fear is an emotion. We just gave it more power.
Check out Safety Pin.
We just gave it more power. Compassion, oh, that's nice. Fear, ooh. We gave it a meaning. And some of you know you've heard this before, that fear is false evidence appearing real. Now